Who brought the dog?
Didn't I tell you that was gonna come up here with a non-electrical camera? Let's go, boys! Yeah!
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Welcome to Tier Ranker Fights. That's right, we are back with Tier Ranker. We haven't been doing as many Tier Rankers as often because we're looking for a new series we were going to do, and that series starts tonight. This is the start of the Alphabet series, and we're covering A. A is for Anderson, and A is for a lot of really great movies that's going to be very tough to rank all these things tonight, but it'll be fun. Yeah, this is Tier Ranker Fights number 119. And essentially, we're going to be doing about once a month, give or take, depending how busy our schedule is. I mean, during the holidays, you may not see one necessarily, but maybe. Don't quote me on that. We're going to try to do it almost every month if we can. So yeah, and it should be fun. So there's a lot of movies. We narrowed it down to the ones we thought were the best of the best, because I mean there's hundreds and hundreds, and we just had to pick the top one. So if you don't see one of your favorites in there, sorry about that, but we were pretty thorough. So but yeah, and I had some help from several people in this group, and by the way, I'm your host, Jordan the Movie Hero Anderson. But speaking of people in this group, let's go ahead and bring them in. We'll start with my co-host. As always, we have Austin Pez. Howell, how's it going?
A is for Austin. So
yeah,
there you go. This should be an interesting series. So, we're scrapping around new ideas, and this is one we can milk for the next 5 years. So
yeah, right. For a long time, for at least 26 episodes, maybe less though, because we'll probably combine like some of the X's and Z's and Q's and all that. But we got some people join us, some fun people. We'll bring in Zach Shelton. How's it going, Zach?
Good. This should be a fun series. I haven't seen every movie on the list, but I have a good lengthy list with different movies in each tier, so should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was able to watch 6 movies for this. Usually more than I'm usually able to, and most of them were good, but we'll talk about one that I think somebody might bring up, but there's one that I kind of didn't like, but and then I have about 20 something blind spots, but I think they're mostly ones that aren't as likely to get brought up, but we'll see. But and then we also have Chris Scott, the Casablanca Kid. How's it going, Chris?
You're muted, buddy.
At the bottom of your screen.
He's got to turn his headphones on. You got to turn it on your StreamYard, buddy.
Can't. Oh, it says can't unmute your guests because they chose to mute themselves.
You got to unmute yourself, buddy. We'll let you figure that out for a second. We'll move on to the next guest.
Yeah, but we also have Michael the Wolfman Wyndham.
Give me an A. That is the best A I can do. That's more like a triangle.
Yeah, right.
My I don't have an A in my name. I don't have that privilege, but I'll say A is for awesome, because these are a bunch of awesome movies. There's really not really that many bad movies on here, and I've seen a good majority of the films on this list, and I'm excited to talk about them tonight, but it's going to be hard because there's some great modern hits that are great, and then there's some great classics in here. It's going to be a really, really tough episode for sure.
And also, since we only have 10 in the S tier, I mean, we can put more in the S tier to start, but we're going to have to whittle it down. But I mean, for me, I know I'm going to have to be picky with a few of these. The like normally I do think that they're good movies. I may have to rank them a little lower, so I hope that nobody's too upset when you hear some of my thoughts. But last but certainly not least, we have Nic Hernandez. How's it going?
Howdy, all. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I was asked to be on this show. I said yes. And we're going to talk about movies. Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I'm just going to wing it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I haven't done this since my computer class in high school asked me to make a PowerPoint presentation where I literally made like a list A to Z of my favorite movies.
Oh, nice. Well, everybody should have the list. I'm gonna post it one more time in our group chat so you can see it there. But while I do that, Austin, you want to break it down and let everyone know who may not be familiar or first timers how it's gonna work?
Yeah, so tier ranker fights a little different from tournament fights. We've got a tier chart, and I can actually bring it up to give you a little visual aid here. So here's our tier chart for this evening. And how it works is, we got a pool of movies down here, 150 or so to be exact, of all movies starting with the letter A. And what we're going to be looking for tonight is to have 10 in our S tier. So our S tier is the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the top of the top. And then it goes like letter grades in school. So it starts at S for superior, and then it goes A, B, C, D, F. And then we also have a haven't seen tier. And essentially what that means is we need at least 3 people on the panel to have seen it to actually be able to even get it charted. Otherwise, it goes in the haven't seen category if somebody brings it up. And what we'll do is we'll start at the bottom on the side here. So when we get started, we'll start with Nick. And essentially, you can just pick any of these movies from the pool down here to nominate. And what you'll do is you'll nominate something, and you can throw it in whatever tier you want to nominate something. So if you want to nominate something for the S tier, you can say, this movie in the S tier for this reason. Just to keep it to under a minute or so. Just a quick pitch of why you would put it in the S tier and whatnot, and then we'll get everybody else on the panel going up in order to say where they would put it, if they would also put it in S tier, or if they would put it in a different tier. And then what I'll do is I'll keep track of the votes on my very scientific chart I have next to me, and I'll keep track, and that's very important for later when we actually go to rank everything in the different tiers and whatnot. I'll go back to the actual votes and what got however many S votes or A votes or what have you, and we'll see what sticks in the S tier. And like I said, we'll be looking to put 10 in the S tier. So there may be by the time we get to our what we'll do is we'll go for about 2 hours or so, just kind of nominating, doing some regular nominations. Then we'll have a last minute Hail Mary sort of round where you get a chance to throw out any last minute nominations to try to get something up on the chart. And that can happen. We've had it happen before. And then we'll actually kind of go back and rank some of the individual things and see where we get kind of the 1 through 10. And then we'll have 3 honorable mentions from the A tier. So that's how that works. Realistically, in the past, it probably takes at least about 4 S votes or so to get even into the S tier by the end of the show. So, you need a pretty good amount of them. And sometimes we've even had so many in the S tier that even ones with 4 votes or like an A or a B get knocked out in the end. So, some pretty hefty votes. Yeah, but 3 S votes is probably enough to start with, but that can whittle down very quickly. So that's how it works. So literally just look at that list. Bring up whatever you want. So that's how it works. You'll catch on. It's very simple, but we'll do kind of quick votes with everybody else where you were nominated. But that's how it goes. So
Nick, and I think
go ahead.
The trend is for most people they kind of go for like the top of the top, but you don't have to. If you want to rank a bad movie, if you want to rank something that's mediocre, you can do that if you want. It's really up to you. So
that's up to you.
Or sometimes they'll also go for like the under the radar picks early to try to get them on the board.
Right. Because sometimes if you wait too long, it's harder to get them in sometimes. All
right, but Nick, you can kick us off first. Whatever A movie you'd like, you can nominate wherever you want. So where are you going to go first?
Okay, I guess since I've semi-done this before a little bit, I'm going to nominate Alien vs. Predator. I do really enjoy this movie. It's a lot of fun. It was actually the first Alien or Predator movie that I ever saw when I was younger. But I'm not an idiot, though. I'm not going to rank it super duper high. I think I'd be comfortable with it being in the B tier.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So the first nomination is AVP for the B tier. All right, Wolf, where would you put AVP?
Wow. Starting off the show strong. We love to see it. Some great passion there. But yeah, man, we got like 3 Alien films on this technically because we got like Alien.
No, we got like
Alien-
5 Alien movies on.
Yeah,
this.
right.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Yeah, there's a good chunk of them.
Yep. You got a good chunk of them actually. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. You can see.
But yeah, Alien Romulus is
got
on there,
several. Yeah, basically
Okay.
most of them that start with the word alien are right there. So there you
Wow.
go.
Yep. Everything but
I love how y'all don't have AVP Requiem though. I think that's what it is.
Oh, thank God.
Well, you know that one goes straight into the dumpster, so it's not even worth talking about. It's fine.
Well, it's difficult to watch that movie. Let's just say, like, you can't see anything.
You can't even
really
see
hard.
it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
filmed poorly.
Difficult to watch it, difficult to talk about it, but it's not as difficult to watch AVP, the first one, because at least you can watch it. And I remember as a kid, I had a lot of fun in this movie because I thought it was cool the fact they got to fight. You know, it was like really fun. Does it necessarily hold up? I mean, it's okay to me. I think the movie is just kind of still fun. Like if I'm doing a marathon, I'll still include it. I'm gonna be doing a marathon soon because of all the Alien and Predator movies coming out. So I'll definitely rewatch it again. But it's one I don't go back to as often. So I would probably say like a C tier for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris, what do you say about Alien versus Predator?
You got to get your headphones fixed, buddy. We can't hear you. You got to turn it on.
Yeah.
Turn it on or turn it up. Huh?
Better?
There you
Yeah.
go. Now we can hear you.
Okay, now I feel like a dork.
No, gotcha.
Okay, so Alien vs. Predator. I think I had a lot of fun with this movie. It's not that a piece of shit Alien Resurrection, which is on that list. But yeah, I think the movie's awesome. I think that it definitely deserves a higher rating than B. I think it's a lot of fun. I haven't since I watched it, but I think it definitely stuck with me. So I'm gonna actually go A with that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say about Alien versus Predator?
Yeah, this is a movie I have only seen once, but I remember enjoying it. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so I want to revisit it. But I'm gonna stick with the B tier for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I don't think the movie's kind of as bad as its reputation. It's fairly rewatchable. It's you know, if you're considering the bigger oeuvre of Paul W.S. Anderson movies, it's one of the better ones, honestly, at least in its upper half. Not like his best one or anything like that. That's probably Event Horizon. But you know, I appreciate the Arctic setting. You know, I do think there's some fun sequences. You know, the one thing holding it back is the fact that it's PG-13. I think hurts it a little bit. You know, when everything else is rated R, so that hurts it a little bit. But it feels kind of like a video gamey sort of movie, and it's not bad, but it's not great, but it's not bad. I think a B tier is fairly appropriate for it because it's all right for what it is. I'll go B tier.
Yeah, so for me, I think that the movie is fun from the perspective it is you get to see a xenomorph and a predator battle it out and just like go toe to toe, and I think that's something that like people always wanted to see for a long time, and so that part's really cool. And they go on like a cool underground pyramid thing, but like other than that, the movie's not good. It's just kind of it's just like just very, I don't know, just very campy. Turn your brain off. You're not really like digging too deep here. So for me, I'm gonna give it a C, I think.
Okay, so
I will say that AVP is a better Resident Evil movie than the Resident Evil movie that Paul W.S. Anderson actually made.
Oh, probably.
You mean the 6 that he actually made?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we have an A, 3 B's, and 2 C's, so it'll stay in B tier where it's at for right now.
Yeah.
All right, Wolf, where are we going next?
All right. So it would not be a tournament fights if I didn't throw out that movie that is instantly gonna or show, because you know this has happened with show too, that immediately hits the haven't seen tier that I'm passionate about and gonna throw into the S tier because I absolutely love it, and I'm throwing in the under the radar film that not a single person on this panel has seen. Mm-hmm. And it is, to me, maybe the greatest international film of all time, and that is Amelie.
I knew he was going to say Amelie.
This film,
Surprise.
Well, I'm just going to get ready to put it down here, actually. So you go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, so this movie, it's probably the most joyous movie out there, and not in the sense of like what the Paddington movies is of like, oh, it's like, oh my god, it's so bubbly and happy and like this. No, it's like actually she's genuinely human, helping people in need, and it's beautiful to see, and just the camaraderie of just what she does for people. It's just really amazing. It's emotional. I got to see this in a theater again in like in 2024. Yeah, last year I got to see it in theater, and I will say, just seeing it on the big screen, this might be the most gorgeous looking movie I've ever seen. The cinematography is outrageous. Like, this is so beautiful. The way they shoot France, the way they shoot everything, and her performance is excellent. And yeah, this is, to me, one of the most rewatchable movies. The editing is just rapid fire. It's excellent, and I this is like an annual watch for me. So Amelie is great. If y'all haven't seen it, which, you know, it's pretty obvious y'all haven't, then
all right, so raise your hand if you've seen Amelie.
I've seen it.
Okay, so you talk about it, and then we'll take all right.
Yeah,
Chris.
So I really like Amelie. I think it's a good movie. I was dating a gal at the time who introduced me to this movie. It's a fun romantic comedy. Like you said, it's very joyful, beautiful. I've only seen it once though. I feel like I definitely want to own it. But it's a great movie. I think it definitely belongs in the S tier, even though obviously, as you can see, well, unfortunately, only people have seen it. But yeah, I agree with you, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Jordan said he's seen it, so, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it, and it's the movie's a lot of fun because it is very joyful, very very happy, very just she's just helping people. It is a foreign movie, but I mean nothing wrong with it being foreign if you can handle subtitles, which I think that like unless you're like a very young child or like an old person that has a hard time seeing and there's like a strain on your eyes, then like subtitles should be fine for you. Just read them. But the thing is though, I have to compare it to everything else we have on the list because certain ones are going to rank a lot higher, and I do have quite a bit ranked higher than Amelie. I will say that I rank it higher than Alien versus Predator, but I still give it a C. So and I gave Alien vs. Predator a C, but I'd definitely put it higher on the C if we like rank the C's. But yeah, so
okay, so 2 S's and a C, so it'll make the chart, but probably only get as high as an A. Because you need at least 3 to get up in that S tier, just at least to start. So there you go. All right, well,
that makes me happy that it's on the board. So there you go.
Well, it's on the board.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll go to Chris.
I'm going to make a play for the movie Arsenic and Old Lace with Cary Grant. I think the movie is absolutely awesome. Great story. Just an amazing performance from Cary Grant, who I feel like usually kind of plays a serious character in there. He quickly discovers that the family he's sort of marrying into is definitely weirder than he thought they were. It's an awesome movie, and I think it definitely belongs in S tier.
Well, I have a gut feeling about where it's going to go eventually. Anybody else seen Arsenic and Old Lace? Raise your hand.
So I watched it for the first time for this.
Dude, Chris, I want to help you so bad. I was not able to watch it.
Yeah.
I want to.
But be glad not enough people have seen it because I hated this movie when I
fuck?
I hated it. Like I thought that it's just wacky. Ow. Over the top. People are coming into the apartment out of nowhere. They're leaving. Like, oh my gosh, don't feed them this like wine that's laced with this poison. Oh my gosh, but they're gonna do it anyways. Why are they even doing it? Are they like senile old ladies that they're just trying to like poison people? And then like Cary Grant acting like one of the Three Stooges. Oh my gosh, don't drink this. Oh my gosh, running over here, running over there. It's just chaos.
Slapsticky.
And it makes no sense to me. Like I wasn't even laughing. It's just like probably old timey humor that just passed me. Like I tried to put myself in the mindset of that era, but it just didn't work for me. Sorry.
All right. Well, even with 2 votes, it goes down to the haven't seen, unfortunately. So with only 2 votes.
Well, I talked about it.
But I would have given it.
Thank you for giving me love for it. Yeah.
I would have given it a D to be fair. So yeah. Might be better off picking in.
Well, if it does end up in haven't seen, you get 1 mulligan before we move on. So, Chris, you can try to nominate something else if you like.
All right. So I'm going to go with American Gangster in S.
Okay. Okay.
So I think.
What do you say about that?
I think the movie's incredible with Denzel Washington. It's definitely one of those. I feel like a shocking performance from him. We get to kind of learn a different sort of side from the. That's the joke, Jordan. Exactly. But yeah, I think the movie's great. I think
but it's not the right kind of
awesome.
slapstick for me.
The music's great. There are some intense scenes with him. I think it's absolutely a phenomenal Denzel Washington movie. If you haven't seen it, you definitely have to.
Okay.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say about American Gangster?
Yeah, I'm starting to really like Denzel Washington, but American Gangster is just one I have not gotten to yet. I want to, I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Austin, what do you say about?
I think American Gangster is a very good movie. I don't know if it's like a great movie or one of Ridley Scott's like best movies. Somebody's got an echo in the background, by the way. So is somebody watching it in the background?
Oh yeah, they got the TV on.
If you're watching it on another screen, you've got the TV on or something. Turn it off. So I think it's a very good movie. The editing for me is a little wonky. I think it takes a little while to kind of get going. Before I can really get into it. I do think it's a great Denzel performance. He has good chemistry with Russell Crowe, especially in the third act when they kind of come together for the interrogations and the back and forth and whatnot. Good solid supporting cast. I don't think it's like S tier Ridley Scott or even S tier Denzel, but I think it's close to that, so I'll go A tier. I think it's a really good movie.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't want to be the total downer for this episode because you guys are just picking some that I'm not that high on just to start because there's a lot that I have. Like I have about 35 movies marked that I would probably say S tier too on this list, but for American Gangster, like probably I went in with maybe too high of expectations that because I'm probably due for a rewatch because remember you're looking at the cast and the cast is just stacked and I'm just like this should be a lot better than what it is. Because I was kind of expecting Denzel to be a little even more like ruthless. Like he is kind of ruthless, but not to the level that I thought he was going to be. And then you have Russell Crowe and Josh Brolin in there, and Norman Reedus pops up. I mean, even Idris Elba, and it's like for me, I'm just like with that cast, they're not really like doing it for me all that much. So and also just remember that I got to compare it to like everything else on the list, and I can't just rank everything high. So I have it at a C. So
Jordan Debbie over here.
Sorry.
God,
we do have some S's though. We just haven't gotten to them yet.
Sure. Can't wait to see what it is.
Can't wait to see what they are.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can.
I haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
I haven't seen this movie, so
yeah. Wolf.
Yeah. American Gangster is a really good movie. I think Denzel Washington. He is my second favorite actor of all time. He is just absolutely a phenomenal actor in every single thing he's in. He's maybe while he's my second favorite actor, I might be willing to argue that he might be the best actor out there. He just every single role he does, he kills it. He's so good. And American Gangster is definitely one of his best performances for sure. That is not me this time. I have my TV literally muted to 0. So I don't know.
Someone's got an echo or something's going on. Yeah, it's a reverberation.
Or to close one of your tabs, maybe something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, American Gangster. I think it is a really good movie, and I don't think I agree that I don't think it's gonna be an S tier for me. Just because there's so many classics on this list that I can't see not being on the S tier. So because of that, I am going to go A. But I do think it's an underrated Ridley Scott film.
Okay, so it's got an S, 2 A's, and a C, so it'll be like a low A. So it'll hang up in there. All right, well, we will go to Zach.
So I'm going to bring up. There's a good number of ones I could bring up. I'm gonna bring up one that might not be talked about as much, but I'm gonna bring up Air Force One. I think it is. It has a really good villain in Gary Oldman. I enjoy the action, and it grips you from the very beginning. And it's it's a great ride that you go on. So I'm gonna go for S tier for Air Force One.
Austin, what do you say?
This is another one. Yeah, I think it's very good. I like it. It's a solid Die Hard clone. You know, all these actors had a Die Hard movie, you know, in the '90s, and this is Harrison Ford's Die Hard movie. You know, I think he plays a solid president. It's definitely a dad movie, so we'll see it in the dad movie tournament. Air Force One is on that list.
Oh yeah,
it certainly is. Yeah, I mean, it's got a solid, you know, cast. I like Gary Oldman. You know, William H Macy's in there. But you know, just because, yeah, again, there's other stuff I just have ranked kind of higher on this list, but I do think it's a solid kind of 90s action movie. It's another A for me. I would give it an
A. Yeah. So for me, you guys keep picking all the ones I have ranked in the same tier. I'm sorry, guys, because I do like Air Force One. I'm just saying for this list, it's just like compared to what else that I have ranked higher, and also like it's just like there's nothing that I love about the movie. What's that one scene? There is one scene when they do the kind of like that big like cable or rope or whatever it is from one plane to the other, and they're having to like cross that thing. I think that's a really cool sequence. And but it's like I've seen about like 2-3 dozen action movies that are just like do it better. I feel like, I mean, for me, like just I don't know. Like I've never been huge on Air Force One, so I got to give it a C again. Sorry, but. Nick, what do you say? Sorry.
So I'm struggling, right? Because like I don't think I've seen this movie, but there was definitely a moment a few years ago where I like committed to watching it. So I honestly cannot remember if I started it and just didn't finish it, or if I haven't seen, if I didn't even get to that far. So I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I haven't seen them.
Well, but the good thing about tier ranker, though, that it doesn't really matter if you haven't seen it because there's so many movies on the list that you can just pick ones you have seen and talk about those, you know. So that's the beauty of tier ranker. But Wolf, what do you say about Air Force One?
Yeah, no, Air Force One is a really fun movie. I think the action's really fun. But Jordan, well, I'm not going to put it S tier. You're saying there's nothing you love about this movie? Come on, Gary Oldman gave a fucking great performance. All right, his performance is excellent. Fair.
Like, Gary Oldman is great in the movie. I do like him. Yeah, I should say that.
Yeah, he's great in everything. Like he's also one of the greatest actors. Like he is phenomenal. So yeah, I'm not going to go S tier for this just because again, there's so many movies that we're going to be talked about, and we haven't even gotten a film into the S tier yet. No, just because there's so many movies to be brought up that I feel are actually S tier worthy. And so Air Force One, I am going to go like a high B for it. It's not one that's like, you know, I don't give it like a 9 out of 10, like A. It's like somewhere in the 8 range for me. So yeah.
Right. Sounds good. And Chris, what do you say about Air Force
Chris's vote may decide where this thing ends up, actually.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. So
what? I think this is didn't I already talk about it? No, so I'm gonna go S tier of this movie. I love Air Force One. I think it's incredible. I think some amazing performances from Gary Oldman. I think it is one of those movies where you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. Like the music is awesome, the setting's great. This is Harrison Ford. I feel like at his best. We saw that he could be a caring character, and he can also be a badass action star. And you gotta love when he finally kicks that motherfucker off the plane. It's incredible. Yeah.
All right, so 2 S's, an A, a B, and a C. So still only 2 S's, so we're not quite there yet, but it'll go right there for now.
Yeah.
Austin, give it to us, Austin. You're gonna give.
Yeah, but you might. Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I mean, yeah, we gotta quit fucking around. Just put aliens in the S tier and let's get it over with. For fuck's sakes. Yeah, we're not gonna quit this garbage, and
Yeah.
let's quit screwing around and get a solid S tier in there. Aliens is one of the greatest movies of all time. It's one of the best movies on this list. Easily, it's a perfect film, brilliantly edited, fantastic ensemble that you get to know very, very well. James Cameron's direction is sublime. Great practical special effects. One of the greatest animatronics ever created with the alien queen at the end. Took 15 people to operate that damn thing, and it's amazing to watch. And one of maybe the most badass action heroes of all time was Sigourney Weaver as Ripley, one of the greats ever. So yes, Jonathan Caro, I will quit screwing around and get aliens on the stand list so we can quit screwing around and get a solid S tier on there. Yes, it's the highest of the highest S tiers. All right, Jordan.
Well, and keep doing it. You're picking ones I'm just meh on, you know? No, I'm just kidding. No. Alien rules. No, there's no way I'm going to say anything
actually going to get
S. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, for Aliens, it's one of the greatest movies ever made. The movie just rules. Yeah, it's so good, and like from the first time that I saw it, it just blew my mind, and it just took what the first one did and just ratcheted it up to like 11 it's just really amazing. Game over, man, and like just so many really cool characters and like some twists and turns and stuff. And yeah, it's just a really fun ride. And yeah, it turned what was essentially like a horror movie in the first one, a horror sci-fi, into like a balls to the wall action movie, and it's great. So yeah, I'll say S tier. Easy.
All right, Nick.
I'm gonna put this at A only because I think Alien is just that much better, just a little bit better.
How dare you?
It's a high A though.
Dare you?
All right, so Nick's gonna take a little break from the show,
Bye.
and we're gonna sub in. Welcome Jonathan Caro to the show.
Jonathan Caro to the show.
All right. If Aliens isn't going to be a clean sweep S, what is on this list? Come on, guys.
Yeah, right.
What are we doing?
Seriously, are we smoking crack in them?
But I do like Alien better, but even still,
guys,
they can both. Here's the thing. Here's the secret. Alien and Aliens can both be in the S tier.
Yeah,
that's
the
beautiful thing about this list. Even I would
put
an Alien on this list in S tier. You can do that, Nick. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's 10 spots. That's all I'm saying. There's 10 spots.
Here's the thing. Then we can vote on it later. Then you can vote Alien or Aliens later when we vote. You see, we can do that. And then when we rank them. So that's the beautiful thing. You want to change your vote now or you want to change it later?
Or when I break.
Right, I'll change my vote now just because of peer pressure. So.
There you go. Fantastic.
All right. There you go. You got to give in to peer pressure.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're going to send a death fish.
There's no such thing on planet Earth. All right. There's no such thing as one of these movies being an A and one of these movies being an S. Get out of here with that. There's no such thing as that. This is fully, both movies are absolutely S tier kind of films.
Does everybody agree with that sentiment? Does everybody also think Alien is an S tier?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and just put it up there and save the fucking time.
Just save some time. Yeah,
we'll save some time.
Put it up there.
We'll put it, and here's the thing: they can both be an S, and then when we vote later, then you can vote on the nitpicky. Like, do you prefer Alien or Aliens? I'll take the votes, and whichever one wins, that's fine. I have no problem with that. So let's do that. They'll both have.
And if we want to talk about any of the other aliens later, we can decide where those are going to rank. I mean,
And I'm literally watching Aliens in the background for this because it's just I love this movie and it's probably one of James Cameron's best for sure too. So
Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
This movie is a piece of shit.
Yeah, you can't even do it with a straight face. Come on.
I cannot. Like I told you, one of these movies are both so good. But I told you, like when we did our movie rewatch, dude, that was one of my favorite things we did early on in this channel, man. Like,
that's right. Me and Chris
the fact that I actually messaged him and he actually responded back to me was one of the highlights of my life. Like, dude, he is one of the greatest villains of all time. Hands down.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yes.
No, that doesn't apply to Aliens.
Aliens.
I'll save that for later.
You were on it too often, right? I think it was me and Chris that did it way back when.
Yeah, we did it because you guys had me on. That was one of my earlier shows I ever did with you guys, but you guys knew how much of an Aliens fan I was.
And Alien is absolutely fucking scary as hell. It still holds up. God, yeah, nope. I will watch that movie, but it's terrifying. Yeah. Yep.
Imagine if you were
S
in a
tier.
place where no one could hear you scream. Ugh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
One of the greatest catch lines.
Yeah, right.
Funny movie. Sorry.
Exactly.
But Zach,
Yeah. I mean, who's gonna argue with Austin ever? Nobody. So
you know why? I'm about to
We'll
win the
kill you.
battleground debate title against Amaru. That's I am the master.
yeah. Again, Aliens has that horror that you want, but it also, I'm a big action fan, and it gives you that action too. So it's like it's the best of both. So of course it's S. So.
Okay, and would everybody else rank Alien also in S tier? Because even I would as well. And yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so cool.
Yeah,
so we'll just leave them right there. They'll both have a clean sweep, and then again we can vote on one or the other later. That's fine. So
and also
we'll get to there.
Aliens also has heart to it because you got Newton there, so you throw a little heart in there, and you got some camaraderie between the team members and all that. So yeah, right, yeah,
cool. So stay tuned to the end of the
Alien.
show, and then you can see which one we vote on is higher, and that's fine. So stay tuned, and we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Great. So aliens are out of the way. Now we can move on to other things. All right, Jordan.
All right, Jordan. Pick your shoe movie that you prefer Air Force One over, because we know that's
well.
Yeah, what is it?
For me, I've got to bring it up just because there's multiple in the franchise, and I don't know if all of them are going to make it in there, which I think that all of them on this list should be on there. But I got to go for one just to get it in there. But I got to go with Avengers Endgame is what I got to go with. So just because for me, that's my favorite Avengers movie, hands down. I just think that it's an absolutely amazing movie, and it's where you get to have like literally everybody gets a moment to shine, every single person, and they get like a decent time where it's not too much or too little, but the right characters get a little more like Captain America and Iron Man, like they should get, and Thanos as the villain also, and there's moments that'll make you cry. There's moments that'll make you cheer when Captain picks up the shield and the hammer, and he's like wielding them both, and all that is like really, really cool. And yeah, I don't even care because it's a comic book movie. In the comic books, they figure things out pretty quickly, and they figure out how to do things. And for a comic book movie, I'm okay with that. Now, if this was a more serious movie, I might have some issues of how fast they figured out time travel and all that stuff, but it's not. This is a comic book movie, and I think that that's great, and it's a culmination of like however many movies, like 20-something movies, and so I'm okay with it being long too, because it deserves that. Like it actually earned this after all this time, and I just think that it just works on just so many levels here, and you get to see him on and off the battlefield, and like so many cool things, like what they do with like Hawkeye and like his character and all that, and like they give him more of a backstory with his family and like all that stuff. There's just so many cool things. Ronan, like that character's rules, and yeah, I just think that like Endgame is in my opinion, the best Avengers movie that we've ever had, and I don't know if we're ever going to get anything that's going to top that. I think it's going to be pretty tough. So I say Endgame for S. So, but Nick, what do you say?
So I haven't seen. No, I'm lying. Totally lying. I think everybody and their mother saw this movie. But I will say that it's not as high as S tier for me, just because the time travel of it all is really, it overcomplicates things and kind of makes the movie a drag on rewatch. That said, it does have a lot of really great like crowd pleasing moments. And those I'm going to hold on to for the rest of my days, because there's just being in a packed theater when those moments happened are just so great. So I'm going to say it's at an A, not an S, but it's still a very good movie.
For this one, I actually understand it because there's a lot of nuances to these different Avengers movies, so that's fine. So yeah, but Wolf, what do you say?
Yeah, so Avengers Endgame, it's interesting because when I saw it in the theater, I thought that, this experience blew my mind and all that kind of stuff. Over the years on rewatches, it doesn't hold up quite as well. And the reason why I say that is Marvel MCU is having a bad problem with this, where like at home you watch a scene and it feels unnatural to have a character walking out of a portal and standing there for 10 seconds doing nothing. And it's like, you know, whenever you're in a theater, he stands there for 10 seconds because of the applaud and everyone
the applause
cheering
break.
and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
You hear the applause break, but when you watch it at home, you're like, okay, dude, that's
like, all right,
that's get on with it. Like, you know, it's like and I feel that way with like Far From.
You don't applaud at
home.
But like home in your living room every time.
No Way Home did the same thing. Like when Andrew Garfield pulls off his mask, he's like standing there, like, I'm Andrew Garfield, guys, and he's like making the same face for like 12 seconds, and it's like, dude, we know you're Andrew Garfield. Like, we knew it from the suit earlier. And so the MCU is starting to really have issues with that, where it's like they don't hold up as well at home because of that. And also, this film is riddled with plot holes. Rewatching it, there is some stuff that just absolutely, it's like, wait, if this happened, there's no way that can happen. Like, that's actually not actually. And I get it. What you're saying is it's a comic book movie, but also Logan is a comic book movie. You wouldn't see this type of stuff in Logan. V for Vendetta is a comic book movie. You wouldn't see this type of stuff
in V
for Vendetta.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's based on a comic.
It's a comic movie. Yeah.
It's objectively a comic book movie.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, you know, stuff like Watchmen. That's a comic book movie by technically. And
don't mention Watchmen to Chris.
And then the Dark Knight Rises. And then the Dark Knight Rises. Or the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight's a comic book movie. You wouldn't see the Dark Knight pull this off and stuff like that. You know, so they're like, because Dark Knight still logically makes sense. This stuff logically makes no sense. And it definitely appears like that on a rewatch. So for me, this is getting a B.
A B. Ooh, jeez. Ooh. Tough critic. But Chris, what do you say about Endgame?
I mean, yeah, it has a lot of holes and stuff, but God, the moments where it hits and the moments where I bawled like a baby in theaters. Like this movie is fucking awesome. And dude, and I understand Dark Knight is a masterpiece. But I don't probably like it as much as the new Batman, honestly. But yeah, I think Avengers Endgame is accumulation, like he kind of said. And I'm not just trying to trip everything you said, but it's like I feel like it's accumulation of all these movies that we've seen together, where I don't need it to make 100% sense. I would hate that. I don't want someone to come out and write formulas on a board for how time travel works. I don't want that. This is
that'd be kind of boring.
This is not something like that. This is a comic book movie where it kind of stretches, kind of like science fiction movies. There are a lot of science fiction movies that make no damn sense, but we accept it because it's a science fiction movie and shit can happen. I think this movie's phenomenal. Easily an S tier for me. I definitely think it holds up. Although I've said that I think there's some legit Marvel movies that have come out since, and a lot of people disagree with me on takes on that, and I'm okay with that. So that's all I'm going to say on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely S tier. I agree.
And also, how many other comic movies actually make you cry? Like, not many. There may be with like 2 or something, but this is one of them.
You know, I cried in the theater, but you know why I never cried again? Because I just know he's coming back. Like, that's the thing with the MCU. It's it's like, well, this death is not actually really going to be earned if you're just going to bring him back.
Especially with multiverse now, we can just do whatever we want, just bring people back. Yeah, it's just nothing's permanent.
That's why I hated the snap at first, but then over time it kind of grew on me more. But Zach, what do you say about Endgame?
So I do really like Endgame, but it just seems like on rewatches, the stuff leading up to the final battle does not hold up as much. Like, yes, the time travel aspect is cool, but I feel like you're just more anticipating the final battle because of all that it has in there, and which is cool. But I also like other Avengers movies more, so for that I'm gonna give it an A tier.
Yeah, but also to go, what kind of counter one of Wolf's points is that like, yeah, that pause doesn't work so well at home, but you still needed it because if you took away the pause, then you can't cheer in the theaters and have that moment in the theaters. It's just gone. So you just kind of have to just live with it. It just is what it is. So, but Austin, what do you say?
Look, it's very fresh in my head. Obviously, we just did a Wheel of Movies, rewatch of it. Me and Richie. I still have a lot of the same issues that I had even the first time I saw it. Some of them were even amplified. This most recent rewatch, I think one of the problem is when you have a movie or a franchise that doesn't have time travel from the start, like Terminator or Back to the Future or something, where it's built into the premise of the movie, and then you introduce it later, it does complicate things, and I think it complicates things. It does create kind of plot issues. I think there's a lot of plot conveniences in this movie. The fact that Ant-Man just comes back because of a rat crawling across the control board, some very convenient shit in this movie, like big time. Captain Marvel just showing up in the void of space to save Tony Stark is very convenient. There's a lot of conveniences in this movie that bug me. I think the middle part of this movie is kind of a drag. The middle hour and a half, where they're doing the time heist. I think the first 45 minutes is really good. I like it. I think the final battle is very good. So the highs are good. But Infinity War to me is a much stronger movie, a much more cohesive movie, has a better villain, because Thanos in this movie is just not as strong. So I still have my same issues. It's a B tier, and it's in the upper half of Marvel, but it's on the lower upper half of Marvel, if that makes sense. So it's still B tier. Sure. So it just is what it is. So 2-2-2. So it's right there.
All right.
So
that's fine.
Yeah.
But I tried earlier because it's like once you get one movie from a franchise besides Aliens, because Aliens is just like two perfect movies. But like from other franchises, sometimes people are like, well, we already have one in there, so we don't need another one. So
yeah. But again, this is going to be a list that we have to be very picky on because there's so many classics too that are like
there's a lot. So so we can go back around then. We're back to Nick again. So you got another one you want to pick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched 3 movies today for this.
Oh, nice.
And one of them actually turned out to be one of my favorite movies. So I'm going to nominate The Apartment for S tier. Because I just think it was one of those things to where I was watching that movie and I had a moment where I was like, I should watch more movies like this because they just don't make these kinds of movies anymore. Where it's like just incredibly well written, the staging is fantastic, the acting is amazing, and I just think it's all around just a brilliant and a great experience. It's funny, it's sad, it's dramatic in certain places, and then it's all just very. It gave me everything I like from the 3 movies that I watched. This is the one that I was just like enthralled in the entire time.
Yeah, sounds good. Wolf, what do you say about The Apartment?
I'm so glad someone else brought it up because I was going to have that not next, but definitely on my list at some point. And The Apartment is excellent. I just watched it not too long ago because of I'm just trying to get a lot of more classics I've not seen in before, and this was a Best Picture winner, and very deservedly so at the Oscars. And this absolutely just blew my mind. The performances are so good. The writing, one of the best scripts ever put to film. Like this is an amazing, phenomenal film that is going to be studied and taught over years to come. And anyone who is a film fan should definitely watch this and at least check it out because this is truly remarkable filmmaking at its finest. So I am 101% agree that this is S tier.
Yeah, sounds good. Chris, what do you say about The Apartment?
So I actually have not seen The Apartment. And I'm the classic movie guy. I love my classic movies. So apparently, as I'm free on Tubi, I'll definitely check it out. I'm excited to check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Zach, what do you say about The Apartment?
Yeah, this is one of the classics that I have not gotten around to, but it's now on my list to see. So.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, I just saw it for the first time probably 2 or 3 years ago. I bought the Arrow Blu-ray of it, and yeah, I really did like it. I've only seen it the one time. It's one that I need to go back and watch. I watched it around Christmas time because I know it's kind of a Christmas adjacent movie because there's like office Christmas parties going on in the movie and whatnot. Yeah, I thought Jack Lemmon's romance with the little elevator operator girl was sweet. Yeah, it's a pretty racy movie for 1960. What they're using his apartment for is pretty salacious, for the time period and whatnot. And yeah, it's really well shot, well written. I don't have it like as an all-timer yet because I've only seen it the one time. Maybe if I go watch it again, it'll bump up a little higher. For now, I have to go A just because it's I have other movies that I've seen way more times on this list, but it is a very good movie, so I'll go A.
Yeah, so I have seen The Apartment. I think it's really good and like really like well written and acted and like all around really good. But yeah, it's not quite an all timer for me either because I've only seen it once before. I haven't seen it any more than that. So I do want to go back and revisit it soon, and I probably will soon. But for right now, I just have it at a B for me.
Dude, so. There's such thing as an A tier, right? Like,
yeah, right. I do have.
Like you're giving like films that you're like, oh, I really like this film a lot, and then you're like B tier, and it's like, dude.
Because I've got about 30 movies kind of slotted for the B tier, and this one's close. It is a high B. I mean, slotted for the A tier. I mean, yeah. So, but yeah, but Nick, what do you say?
Nick started. That was his
name.
Yeah.
You're first. Yeah, okay.
All right. So there we go. All right. We're going to Wolf.
All right. So we all love to laugh, and because he insulted slapstick, maybe there is a form of slapstick that Jordan does like, and the form of slapstick that Jordan probably might like is Martin Scorsese's funniest film to date, After Hours. I am definitely throwing this one on the S tier. This is also one of Scorsese's shortest films. This is like an hour and a half, which is like really short, like 95 minutes, which is really short for a Scorsese film. So it just flies by. This is a One Crazy Night movie. It's this guy who basically is in the wrong place at the wrong time and gets accused of something because he's at the wrong place at the wrong time. And then basically the whole town is just after him. And it's just one thing after the next, and it is so utterly brilliant. The actor, I have the criterion right here. I'm blanking on the actor's name.
It's Griffin Dunn.
Yeah.
Griffin Dunn, same guy from American Werewolf. Same guys from American Werewolf who turns into
the Griffin Dunn. He's great. So yeah, he was excellent in here, and Catherine O'Hara shows up in here. She was excellent too. Really funny. Yeah, this is easily one of the best comedies ever made. One of the best movies of all time, and one of Scorsese's kind of most overlooked kind of masterpieces in my mind.
It's funny that The Apartment and After Hours were two that I shot to Jordan for last minute editions because I was looking through my physical media right next to me in the A's, and I threw in some last minute stuff. So there you go. I made this list while I was making the tier ranker chart. So there you go. Yeah. All right. Chris.
I cannot speak of this because I have not seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
Austin or no, Zach. Sorry.
I mean, you could go straight to Austin because I haven't seen it either. But again, I'm adding these movies to my list to see. So.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
I think Wolf. I love me some After Hours. There's my criterion. Got it on a couple of half price sales ago. Yeah, love me some After Hours. Yeah, I was so glad it came out on physical because it was kind of hard to find. I bought it on Vudu 5 or 6 years back when it was on there, and then picked that up. I love After Hours. I love a good One Crazy Night movie. This certainly is one of those where you just feel for this guy. Just you're as exhausted as he is. By the end of the movie, he just wants to go home, and go to bed. Who can't relate to that? Where you're just stuck till you just want to get into your bed. and crawl in. You know, you have to work the next day. And it's great, and he meets all kinds of wacky characters and running around the city. Can't even like scrounge up enough money to hop the train. This is hopped up in my Scorsese rankings the more and more I see it, and I've been watching it about once a year. But I appreciate a good, simple One Crazy Night story. And yeah, this is pretty high up even on my Scorsese ranks, and I think it's one of his most underrated movies, along with The King of Comedy. So this is great stuff. I love After Hours. So yeah, I would put it in S tier.
So for me, I'm pretty recent to After Hours. I have only seen it the one time, but it was really good. Yeah, and like I really like Griffin Dunn, and I forget that the first lady that he goes to see, the actress name, but she's good too. And then Catherine
John Hurd, also from Home Alone, is
yeah.
like the bartender he goes to.
That's right.
Go up to his apartment. Yep,
they're both in it, but the movie's pretty fun too. It's not like necessarily one I'm just like cracking up laughing, but like I'm having a great time all the way throughout, and just kind of chuckling most of the time, and I don't quite have it as an all-timer, but I will say A for it because I did really enjoy it, and then probably do for another rewatch. It's about time, so yeah, I'll say A. But Nick, what do you say?
You're muted, buddy. If we can't hear you, you're on mute.
All right. This movie was not streaming when I went for watching some of these, so I was not able to see it, unfortunately.
Y'all are breaking my heart. Y'all need to see After Hours.
It's not streaming anywhere. Yeah, it's not streaming anywhere.
It was for a little while. It was on Max, and then Max took it off. Like the
very first time I ever watched it, it was on Paramount Plus. So yeah.
I think it started out on Max. It's bounced around a little bit, but it's I own it.
I think I saw it on Max. So.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I think it's off streaming now for whatever reason.
I
don't know why. I mean, you can rent it, but it's not free anywhere. But yeah, it's out there now. It used to be very hard to find. All right. Okay, so we are going to Chris.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make a poll for this movie. I think it's a quintessential like 2000s kind of like a coming of age film. I'm gonna go with American Pie. I love that movie so much. I think it's easily an S tier movie. The soundtrack is incredible. The cast in there is great. It's absolutely hilarious. It's freaking awesome. And I got to meet Michael Ian Nichols, and he was incredibly nice.
I'm
signed
nice.
by him. Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome. Yeah. Sounds good. Well, Zach, what do you say about American Pie?
Yes, I have seen it. I'm not as high on it as other people. I think there are some good scenes in there, but overall, I think it's just okay. I'm gonna go C.
What? Yeah, sure. Austin.
I like American Pie. I don't overly love American Pie. American Reunion is actually my favorite of the series, oddly enough. I just think that movie is kind of, I've related to more of that movie as I've gotten older, and as the characters get older in that movie, having the high school reunion and whatnot. And I just think some of the Stifler stuff in that movie is really good.
Yeah.
Mainly my problem with this, the Chris Klein storyline sucks in this movie. It's just really bad. And it drags the movie down, like with him courting like Mina Savari, I think, or whatever, like the stuff. He's kind of a bad actor in this movie, and I think a lot of his scenes just drag ass, where he's trying to pretend to be the choir singer or whatever. It's terrible. Bad stuff. Yeah. I mean, it does have its moments. It has some good classic stuff, a good soundtrack. I just don't know if these movies have like held up as well over the years. I'm gonna go B tier though. I still think it's good and it's entertaining. It's not an all-timer for me though. B tier.
Yeah, and speaking of Mina Suvari, I watched another movie for the first time on this list that she was great in. So we might get to that. We'll see. Yeah. So for this, so I have two American Pie movies that I would actually put in the S tier, and this is the one that I've ranked it number 3 overall. So it doesn't quite make the S tier for me, but it is really, really solid because I really like some of the stuff when you get introduced to like Stifler's mom and Jim's dad, and then is the one that actually has the pie, like him like having sex with the pie, and there's some funny things with I'm trying to think with like Shannon Elizabeth and like that stuff, and yeah, so I think that it's good, but I got to give it A is where I'll put it. So, but Nick, what do you say?
I've seen 3 American Pie movies. This is not one of them.
That's odd.
Yeah, it's really weird.
You seen the first? Yeah.
No, I started with American Pie 2, and I saw American Wedding, and then I saw Bandcamp.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was
okay.
so you did it more interesting than I did. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, we actually could have added Bandcamp, but it's not here. So
Why?
Yeah.
Just because it starts with an A, I think that's American.
Yeah, but like,
I'll admit that movie's not great.
Bandcamp is so god awful.
Yeah, anybody care?
Yeah, but we don't really need it. I'm just
Stifler's
saying,
brother. Who cares?
that could have been eligible for this, but we didn't.
Sure.
But Wolf, what do you say about American Pie?
Yeah. So American Pie, it's interesting. This was not my first American Pie film. I have seen it, but it wasn't my first. The first one I watched was The Naked Mile because it had the word naked in it, and it had a bunch of hot girls on the poster. And so as a kid, I was like, hey, a bunch of hot girls and naked. All right, let's do this. So that was the first one I watched. Yeah, the American Pie, everything Austin said is actually why I'm gonna go even lower. I'm not a fan. That character annoys me so much, and I can't get over that. It literally just takes me out of the whole entire movie, and and there's just other stuff that's like kind of, I don't know, it's just not my kind of humor for me personally, and so it's a C tier for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, but also too, for the record,
fuck.
I don't know if this is even allowed to do it, and if it's not, that's totally fine. But I looked at my rankings kind of off, and I don't know if it's really even going to change anything in the long run. But I don't know if it's possible to change my votes for Amelie in the Apartment to a B instead of a C. I mean, just for the long run of like the overall votes, if they make the honorable mentions and whatnot. But I'd give it a B, and not that it changes much of anything. But
what would you change the Apartment to?
B.
You already had a B.
Instead of C.
Could have sworn.
You already had B for the Apartment.
Yeah,
I could have sworn that I gave it a C, but
you gave it a B.
Well, maybe I say B. Oh,
you gave it a B.
Okay, but
you gave it a B, and that's when I said, "Don't you realize the A tier?"
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't
for Amelie
change
too. I might have
it still doesn't. Amelie would be in the exact same spot, so it doesn't really
yeah,
change
okay.
anything.
yeah,
not at all.
I want to be fair about that, but
okay.
But Zach, I guess you're up next.
Yeah, so,
what do you want to nominate?
I want to throw this out there, and I don't know if everybody has seen it, but I'm going to throw out Apocalypto. This is a movie that it has violent moments, but I really like the adventure and the story here. I think it has a lot of good characters, both the main character, but also the villains are interesting, and it is edge of your seat. It grips you in, and none of it is in English, but that's why they invented subtitles. So, Apocalypto, S tier.
Okay.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say about
I've seen it, but man, it's been like 20 years since I saw this damn movie. I rented it like when it first came out because I missed it in theaters, and then I think I rented it on DVD, at like Blockbuster or whatever, because it was still around that time. I remember it being very good. I liked it at the time. I need to revisit it because, like I said, it's just been forever since I've actually sat down and watched it. So I remember it being really good, so I'll give it an A, but it could go higher on a rewatch. But yeah, I just don't have a super clear memory of it. I remember scenes and sequences and chases and whatnot. But yeah, I'll give it an A for now.
Yeah, so I watched Apocalypto for Zach's 128 for the first time, and that movie rules. That movie's really, really good. Like the movie's brutal. Like some of the things that they do, like one of the characters, they like pretty much brutalize his whole family and kill some of them right in front of him, and from one tribe to another, and so just kind of puts him on a revenge path, but he can't do it right away because he's pretty much like they're all being enslaved by this other tribe, and it's just like really like, I mean, kind of hard to watch, but at the same time kind of like cool that they actually like show this stuff, and you get to see kind of like a depiction of like the Mayan culture, and see like the things that happened to them. Whether or not the 100% true, I don't think that it's based necessarily on like anything per se. But it's just gonna give you like the feeling though of like what some of the history could be, So and yeah, it's really good. I mean, I don't quite have it in an S, but I'll say A. So yeah, but Nick, have you seen Apocalypto?
I have seen this movie. I watched it on a movie channel several years ago, and it did not have subtitles. D.
Oh, D. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Without subtitles, that's gonna make it pretty tough to really watch. Yeah, but Wolf, what do you say?
Well, hey, if it makes you feel any better, I was in a hotel once that played Transformers the Last Night in Spanish. Even though I'm in an American hotel.
Probably made that movie better. It might have made the acting.
I was gonna say that probably made it more entertaining than it was.
I'd rather watch it in Spanish than watch the shitty English acting, so that's fine. Yeah, it's probably better dubbed. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, hey, the visuals are nice. I was okay. Yeah. So Apocalypto is a really good movie. It's up there is one of Mel Gibson's best for sure. I think visually it's incredible. I think the performances are incredible. It is very brutal. It's hard to watch, but it's visceral, but it needs to be. But again, yeah, there is some that we haven't mentioned. One that Jonathan has mentioned that is glaring to me. What are we doing? We are. I don't know what we're doing, guys. We are like ridiculous right now. All right?
Don't worry, I will pick up the slack, Wolf. It's fine. I got you.
So I'm gonna say Apocalypto gets an A, gets like a mid A for me. Like I still really liked it a lot, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna
go. Well, I have one also for my turn where
put this thing at the bottom of the chart. I remember watching this movie.
Really?
I probably watched it with subtitles. I fucking hated this damn movie. It's so stupid.
Wow.
Yeah,
Jesus.
So stupid.
Okay.
Well, Chris is not a fan of like Mayan culture.
Okay.
I don't mind Mayan culture, but it's boring. Like there was nothing that happened.
All right. Well, an S, 3 A's, a D, and an F. Okay. Well, I mean, the positive votes are enough to save it, but it's still going to be like around there. So,
yeah,
there you go. All right. So it's on me. Yeah, I'll bring up another Apoca movie, and let's go Apocalypse now. Let's get fucking serious.
Finally, guys.
Yes,
that was the one I was going to bring up, so that's fine. So
what do you mean finally, Wolf? I had to bring up the Alien and Aliens on my last turn. What else do you want me to do? I'm getting there. God damn it!
No, I trust you. I trust you.
Yes, I'm getting there. I'm being serious tonight. Yeah, I'm getting the S tier. Let's go. I'm getting the old timers. No, Apocalypse Now. Come on, this is another absolute. If I dare may say it, Wolf, a masterpiece of cinema. 100%. Yeah, this is Francis Ford Coppola when he was still just kicking ass in the 70s. An incredible visual movie. If you watch this thing on 4K or Blu-ray, the fire sequences, the war sequences. I mean, just some of the best visuals you'll ever see. Great story. Martin Sheen. Going up and down. This river looking for Colonel Kurtz. Great Marlon Brando. Another weird, great Marlon Brando performance. Incredible supporting cast. A little Lawrence Fishburne in there. Great music. The action scenes are phenomenal. I mean, just everything's practical, and it's got that gritty 70s to it. The Robert Duvall stuff is awesome. I love the smell of napalm in the morning, all that stuff. It's another one that would be it will be on the dad tournament. It's a total dad movie, but in the best way. Apocalypse Now is it should have won Best Picture that year. My God, this movie's better than Kramer versus Kramer. I mean, what are we doing, Academy? We'll get serious here. Let's go Apocalypse Now for S tier.
Yeah, like it should be like a pretty easy, I hope, across the board S tier because in my opinion, this is the greatest war movie ever made, and there's been some great ones, but like this one is just like just mind blowingly great. Like from the performances to the cinematography. I think it's one of the most beautiful movies like ever shot. It's just so so just pretty to watch. Like I might just have this movie playing for like the screensaver or background on my computer because it's really visually stunning. And then but yeah, just everything from of course Martin Sheen, but then and Marlon Brando probably being the two standouts, but yeah, I mean, you got Dennis Hopper in there, you got Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, you get wacky Dennis Hopper at the end, which is always fun. You know, out of his mind, Dennis Hopper running around the prison at the end. Yeah, that's always fun.
And then Robert Duvall. I mean, yeah, it's just really good. And even Harrison Ford is in there for a bit, and yeah, like the movie's just so good. And it just puts you like this movie's probably one of like maybe 3 war movies I've ever seen that just shows you war is hell. War is absolute hell. And yeah, so yeah, it's an easy S tier. So
Nick.
I haven't seen it. Sorry. It's never streaming whenever I'm trying to look for it.
God damn it.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Go buy on I swear Amazon puts this beautiful 6-disc set, a 6-disc 4K set with 2 discs per cut.
Yeah,
and Hearts of Darkness, everything. It's got everything. I've seen this
beautiful artwork.
I've seen this for $20 online. This is the steal of the century. If you see it, it's this is the best. You have to buy it.
I'll go for it. Yeah,
it's awesome. The final cut.
Yeah.
But anyways,
it's on. It's I know. I know not a lot of people use this, but like still it's free. It's streaming free on Plex. So there's kind of
Plex sucks. Too many ads. Don't watch it on there. Just buy the movie on streaming and just watch it. You know what I mean? Just buy it. It's worth it.
I mean, it is great. It's and this is truly this is a masterpiece. I agree. This is one of the greatest war movies. One of the greatest movies, period. This is in my top 100 favorite films of all time. I think this is just the performance from Martin Sheen is incredible. The performance from Marlon Brando is incredible. This truly is just a horrifying movie. It even says in the movie, the horror. It's so amazing. So yeah, Apocalypse Now, definitely an S tier, just especially for like you don't even have to see it to like know this is S tier because so many of your favorite war movies would not have existed if Apocalypse Now did not come out and like actually make the impact it did. Like this changed the game for cinema. So Apocalypse Now definitely gets an S.
But and it's also hard to know which version is the best one because even in the director's cut, you get a lot more Martin Sheen like in his backstory. Like even
I have settled on the most recent one. The final cut is a perfect balance of everything. It has just enough of the redux stuff without being too much. Mixes in a little bit more stuff at the beginning. It's 3 hours, but it's a breezy 3 hours. Like it's a fast pace.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I think the final cut is the definitive cut. It's really really good. So if you watch it, just watch the one that's called Final Cut.
Yeah,
it's very very good.
So.
Yeah,
but Chris.
So yeah, Apocalypse Now is a great movie. Absolutely S tier. For me, of course, it's not on this list. We're not doing F tier. I mean, we're not doing F movies. So I mean, Full Metal Jacket would be a little higher for me if it was.
Full Metal Jacket would be an S tier for me too when we get to F.
Yeah, but Apocalypse Now is a phenomenal film. Especially learning all the things like that happen behind the scenes, like how all the kids they had to make them work from like a certain time. Because they were kids, obviously they were part of this village, and all the napalm effects and everything else. Yeah, fucking phenomenal film, absolutely, easily.
Yeah,
and I definitely know this movie, and it looks like I need to get that version you have, Austin.
That set is great, and you can find it. It goes on sale pretty frequently. Pick it up; it's a steal. That set is brilliant. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Right. Well, Zach, you gonna round it out with the S's?
I'm going to round it out with I haven't seen it yet, but I will see it for the dad movies thing. I'm going to.
Okay, it's a dad movie. Go watch it, and just even if you have to rent it, Zach, just watch it.
I have a library that's like that's a 10-minute walk from me. So I will.
Oh, okay. If they got it at the library, yeah, rent it from the library, watch it. It's very good.
Or even if they don't have it on at the library, it's like on Amazon Prime to rent, and
YouTube, whatever.
I just haven't seen it, but I will see it for the dad tournament. So
sweet.
All right,
Cool.
good.
Yeah.
All right. So it is 4 S's and nothing else. So it'll stay where it's at. So
Yeah.
for now. All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Jordan.
So I just want to say something. I'm gonna put it out there, and if you like it, you can take it. If you don't, you can send it right back. We got to have a comedy on here. We got to go for Sweet Odin's Raven. We got to go for Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, because comedy is my favorite genre, and I'm just trying to think of one that we can all like kind of more agree on, probably because there's some other ones that I want to bring up, but I don't know if everyone would be vibing with me on it. But like Anchorman's great, and like just like the chemistry between all those guys, like Steve Carell and David Koechner and just like everyone, like from like top to bottom, they're just so good, and yeah, like it just works, and like to this day, we still get a Ron Burgundy podcast from Will Ferrell. I haven't checked on it lately if he's like currently really still doing it. About a year ago was the last time I tuned in and he was doing it. So, but yeah, and yeah, the movie's just like so fun, and it has like some humor for like everybody, because it has some like really witty jokes, but then it has some just off the wall stuff. I'm a huge fan of the Yaz flute scene where he's just going around like crazy on the flute, and then Fred Armisen shows up and he's talking about the like children that like or the wolves that come in and they drink the blood of the children and they save it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like it's just like what? Like that's just really random. And then the Jack Black a cameo where he punts Baxter the dog off a bridge. It's like just like crazy stuff. So yeah, I think that it's really good. So I'm gonna say Anchorman. If we're gonna have any comedy, let's go Anchorman for S tier. But Nick, what do you say about Anchorman?
And that the man put in Baxter is one of, like, when I was a kid, I died laughing several times on that scene alone in this movie. I'm really I'm
good,
struggling.
but it is filling.
I'm struggling I'm struggling to think of anything that I don't like about this movie, because it's incredibly hilarious and very very quotable. I always say "You're not Ron." That's been in my back pocket for the last 20 years. So I kind of agree. If we're gonna have any comedy on here, that's kind of the one that you kind of have to go with. So yeah, I'll say Anchorman gets an S.
And as one of the best fight scenes where Brick's character stabs a guy with a trident. It's like great. but Wolf, what do you say?
There are so many movies on this list. And there are
great ones.
And there are. There are so many great ones. And it's like, the thing is, looking through this, when I look at what are definitively like the iconic, the best movies that begin with the letter A of all time, I don't know if I'm going to put Anchorman quite on that scale, but I think the movie still isn't A. I am going to go A. I just think I have to be really picky with S. So I'm just trying to this is the pickiest I'm being this episode. Like, that's why I'm being hard on some of your choices tonight. Because I'm trying to be as picky as possible, but I'm still going to give Anchorman an A because it's still really funny, and I think the cast is great. So yeah, Anchorman begins with the letter A. So there you go.
But the question is, do you have any comedies in your S? I feel like we need one.
I did After Hours, and no one saw it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I did.
You and Jordan.
I have 4 comedies. I have like 5 comedies on my S tier list. Actually, I have quite a few. Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, same ones here.
Yeah,
I've got a few on there too. But
there's a couple I have. Yeah.
But Chris, what do you say about Anchorman?
Yeah, Anchorman is amazing. I love these movies so much. The second one I didn't necessarily like as much, but of course, we're not talking about that one. But I love Anchorman. I think it's so quotable. It's got good heart. It's absolutely hilarious movie. Just a phenomenal cast too. Yeah, it's an absolutely great movie. So I'm going to easily go S tier with that. Although I have another comedy that belongs on S tier too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We'll see.
Sounds
Maybe
good. Well,
we'll see.
we might get 2 on there. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, but Zach, what do you say?
Jordan, you are not gonna like me right now.
Oh shit.
Again, comedy is very subjective. In my opinion, I don't think the comedy holds up today. I as much as it used to. I'm going C. It's not a total failure, but it's middle of the road for me. So a C.
I respect. You know what, Zach? I respect it. I respect it. We got to be critical this episode. I respect it, Zach. All right.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. We got to be critical. Yeah. Because I sure was. So, but Austin, what do you say?
I am being critical, and Anchorman's an S tier. Anchorman's fucking great. And it's still, and I can attest to it still working because I just showed my girl to it. She had never seen it first time a few months ago. She laughed her ass off at this movie. She thought it was hilarious.
So
her funniest thing, actually, it was kind of maybe not one of the most quoted things, but it was when they're like reading off the teleprompter, and Ron goes, "Now over to my partner Tits McGee," because somebody wrote Tits McGee on the teleprompter. And she thought that was like the funniest shit she had heard in a long time. So there's that stuff rules. Yeah, Fred Willard's great. No, this movie, I won't go through all the quotes. The movie's quotable as hell. Quote the whole thing. So Anchorman's in my 128, man. I love it. So yeah, it's an easy S. For me.
I tell my friends that it's Anchor Man, it's not Anchor Lady. I mean,
anytime it's hot outside, anytime it's hot outside, I will go outside and go, "It's so hot. Milk was a bad choice."
Yeah. So bad. Yeah.
I say that. I'm in a glass case of emotion.
No,
it's good. So we got 4 S's, an A, and a C, but it's still got 4, so it'll hang there for now, and we'll see if it hangs on
with the
through
bottom
the episode.
of us.
We don't have a lot in S here right now, so it could hang. We'll see what happens. Surprisingly. All right, so we're back down to Nick, I believe.
So I am going to go ahead and nominate a animated film. All Dogs Go to Heaven. I think it's just great. It's funny because
that's not where I thought you were going to go.
That's not at all the way I thought you were going to
go. Oh, okay.
There's something in the road.
I will just say that, like, I think it's... okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Aladdin or something.
I'll stick with All Dogs Go to Heaven just to shoot my shot here because, like, I think that it's funny that they made a gangster movie, like a full-on gangster movie, and then made it about dogs and made sure to change the gun into a toy, and then now it's a kid's thing.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's so very, like, intense, and I like Aladdin a lot. But I this is the one I think that is just a pure classic, and I think if we're going to put any animated film in S tier, it's going to be All Dogs Go to Heaven.
I don't hate to be a spoiler, but it's probably not going to make it. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot my shot. At least we'll see. I don't actually anticipate any anime movie is going to make it in S tier, but we'll see.
I have my doubts. We'll see.
Wolf. Just putting it out there, Nick. It would if you would have said Aladdin. You would have probably gotten a S tier on the board, you know. Because I know that is really popular. But All Dogs Go to Heaven, it's a fun movie. I enjoy it, but it doesn't hold the same kind of status as some of these other animated movies, like an Aladdin and even another anime one that I love that's on this list too. That I would throw into the S tier. So it doesn't quite have that same kind of attachment for me. So I'm gonna go B.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Chris, what do you say about All Dogs Go to Heaven?
All Dogs Go to Heaven definitely does have that kind of attachment to me. I think the music's great. The story is really powerful. Like you kind of said, like I felt like I remember seeing it when it first came out. And it's a powerful movie. And yeah, the fact that we kind of had a low power like gangster story, like it was freaking intense. Some of those parts were like freaking intense as a kid. Is awesome. And God, if you think that movie made me bawl like a baby. I'm gonna definitely go All Dogs Go to Heaven belongs in S tier, and the rest of you guys are crazy if you don't put it there.
Yeah. Oh, I smell a Chris meme coming up. If you don't vote, vote S tier. Go smoke crack in the street.
I did not say that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but
Zach.
Wolf. Yeah, or sorry, Zach.
Zach.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Okay. Austin.
I don't even know if I can vote on this. I don't think I've seen this movie since I was like.
Since you were
I don't remember
froze
like
up.
hardly anything
So there
about
you
it.
go. Now you can vote. You can S tiers. Okay, we can hear you.
No, he froze up because he couldn't remember how old he was. Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah, I was lost in thought. Sorry if I froze up. I apologize. My
Yeah.
I was just
Oh,
because I haven't seen this
another
movie.
S tier. Is an S
I
tier.
haven't seen this movie since I was a kid, Chris. I don't know. Can I even vote on this? Even when I was a kid, I remember being like, "It's fine." I didn't like watch this movie over and over again like everything else.
You're good, man. I'm literally just giving you shit because you kept freezing. Like, whenever you're gonna get your nomination.
Sure, but now you're freezing on me. See, I remember being fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in ages.
Yeah. So I watched this movie one time when I was a kid, and even as a kid, I'm like, I don't care about this movie. I have no desire to watch this movie ever again. I'm just kind of like, and I've never really thought to go back to it. There's about 100 other animated movies that I would rather watch more. And like, to be honest, I don't even really like it. I thought it was too dark for kids. It's just weird. I don't know. So D. Yeah.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
We still have a couple of S's, but it's gonna get bumped down to B. There you go. So
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we're back to Wolf.
So Wolf, yeah. All right, get another hit. Here, Wolf.
All right.
So
so I'm between two right now. One that obviously, I'm named after, but then there's one that I'm looking at that's on this list that I'm like, how has this not been brought up? This is literally one of the most iconic pieces of cinema out there. So I'm going to bring that up. I'm going to actually try to get one on the S board this time. And that is Amadeus. Oh, wait, no, that's a B. That's going to be in B tier. Bedtime story. But I am going to go Amadeus. That is my
you're not gonna like what I have to say, Wolf. All right, we'll get there in a minute.
Because this is one of the best movies ever made. F. Murray Abraham absolutely deserved his Oscar for this. He just, every scene he's in, it's just incredible. Tom Hulce is great. The music in this is fantastic. And yes, it is a period piece, but this one has it's so well written. It's just so up-formed, so well shot. This is just one of the greatest pieces of cinema and art out there. And the way it tells the story, how both these characters' stories are just intertwined with one another. It's so good. So Amadeus is truly a masterpiece from Milos Forman, who has done films like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Man on the Moon, other great pieces of cinema. So yeah, I'm going to say yes, I do want to F him, Malcolm, because F. Murray Abraham is not a bad looking chap for his age. Just saying. But yeah, Amadeus gets an S tier.
Yeah,
man, F. Murray Abraham, the sex symbol of the 80s. Am I right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we need a
yeah, right. Yeah, right.
T-shirt.
Well, remember back in the day, I used to have an F. Murray Abrams calendar in my room, hanging on my wall.
Man, F. Murray Abraham with a powdered wig. F. Murray Abraham with a powdered wig.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but we were to Chris. What do you say about? But
I really don't
Amadeus,
remember liking this
Amadeus.
movie. I think this movie is just okay. It's been forever since I've seen this movie. I probably saw it when I was younger. I probably didn't really like musicals. I probably thought this movie was pretty boring.
Not really a musical, really.
Yeah, it's not a musical. Rewatch it again. I think it would hold up better for you.
Might be time. It's not streaming on anything, so I'll probably have to find it somewhere and buy it, maybe on like a DVD or something. But probably C tier. Yeah, I'm sorry, Wolf. It's a C tier. It's just okay. It's
I have the wrong panel on tonight.
Yeah, I think you might have the wrong panel for this movie. We'll see in a second, Zach.
Zach?
I will say one thing good for you, Wolf. I love your passion. But I haven't seen it. But I love your passion, though.
Add it to the list immediately. It is.
Yes,
it is one that is.
I have a list going of movies.
Yeah.
And also for a period piece, a movie, I'll say that it's not like as pretentious as you would think. It's actually has a lot of lighthearted and fun moments and things in it. So yeah. But
and that's coming from someone who hates period pieces. Like
right. Yeah. Like I hate most period pieces, but I kind of like this one. But Austin, what do you say?
So yeah, I blind bought this movie like 5 years ago. I've had it sitting on my shelf for a while. I've been waiting for a reason to watch it. I think it was it was on a couple of tournaments recently. I finally sat down and watched it for one of them. So this is like 3 or 4 months ago, something like fairly recently. Dude, I fell asleep like 3 times watching this movie. This movie's fucking boring.
Really?
I thought this movie was boring as shit. It had some of the worst pacing I've seen in a movie in forever. There were just these scenes of him sitting in a ballroom, like just playing this fucking piano while people are just clapping, and then he just has this goofy laugh. He's running around chasing this girl, and like this movie is paced like goddamn molasses in a snowstorm in fucking January. Like this movie took forever to like finish. I was so fucking bored. Like I don't like period pieces, and I don't like this one either. It was a slog to get through. I thought the performances were fine, and like the making, the actual filmmaking is fine, so I won't put it in like an F tier because like it's better than like some piece of shit. But like I'm sorry, this movie's fucking boring, and that'll be my hot take of the night. I don't like Amadeus. D tier. I don't like it at all. No.
Well, okay. I must ask real quick.
Yeah.
If you were to be tied down and watch one of these movies, which one are you picking first? Barry Lyndon or Amadeus?
Barry Lyndon. I think it's better.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Because I actually like the first hour of Barry Lyndon, and then it becomes a slog. But the first hour I thought was okay. So and it's Kubrick. I like Kubrick more. So yeah, I would watch it. I would give it another shot before I watch Amadeus.
Well,
yeah, Amadeus was one of the bigger disappointments I've ever seen it for how much it was hyped up. So yes, Barry Lyndon's better.
Well, you don't like Tom Hulse, your boy Pinto from?
Yeah, I know. It's from Animal House. That's why I was like, I like F. Murray Abraham. I like Tom Hulse because he's from Animal House. I like the cast, but like this movie didn't work. It just did not work.
Yeah.
I could not get into it. It put me to sleep several times. So I was like, no, can't do it. I kept dozing off.
Which should be fair. We don't have Animal House on here because we decided when the letter N comes, we'll put all the National Lampoons.
The National Lampoon stuff. So we'll have like National Lampoon's Vacation, National Lampoon's European Vacation, National Lampoon's Animal House, National Lampoon's Little Weapon 1, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
all that.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm actually on your side, Wolf. I actually love Amadeus. I think Amadeus rules. I think that like I wasn't bored. I don't know. There's a lot of period pieces that bore the hell out of me, but this one I thought just had more to it. But it also helps that I actually really like classical music because I kind of think of it as like some of it as like the rock music of that time, kind of just like for like some of it, like not all of it, but certain ones, and like the way that Tom Hulse plays Mozart.
I need you here, Jonathan. I need you here.
Yeah, right.
A different panel. None of my movies are getting on there.
But
Jonathan likes American Gangster. I would have been a voice for that at least.
Well, I'm going to defend it though because the way that he plays Mozart, and like he really thinks he's the best of the best of the best, and he fights for it, and like he's like kind of like a narcissist in some ways, but it just works because like he knows how good he was, and now history agrees with him, and like we can look back and say, yeah, Mozart might be the greatest composer of all time. Maybe, I don't know. There's an argument there, and yeah, like the way that there's a love story, but it's fun, and like he's just like. So I like the part that he's chasing around the girl, that he's not kind of falling in line with all the things that all the people want him to do. I think that like it's a good time. I had fun with it, and it's also from the director of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, also, and also Man on the Moon.
Milos Forman.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, Milos Forman. Yeah, so I really like it. So I'm gonna say S, but it is one of my lowest ranked S movies, but I'll still say S. For me, it does just squeak in there, so S. But Nick, what do you say about Amadeus?
I haven't seen it.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not streaming anywhere, and it's 3 hours long. I'm sorry.
I'm doing a monthly mistake tier ranker next time if this panel is back on. Because if I had a shot every single goddamn time they said it's not streaming anywhere or someone that is not watching it there, I would be drunk off my ass right now. Like this would be a monthly mistake episode right here. Like holy shit.
You got to do a tier ranker monthly mistake, yeah, something like that, yeah. but so where does it end up then? I guess A
right there.
or B?
No, okay. Yeah, top of B. Yeah, that's where it goes.
Yeah. I tried, Wolf.
God damn.
Tried, but we're back on to Chris though. You got one you want to nominate?
Yeah, I was trying to think where I could possibly go with this, and nobody's gonna hate it. Maybe
Dude, I swear to fucking God, if you say like Air or some shit, like I mean, it's a good movie, but like, are we really saying?
I would put Air way above Amadeus. Fuck yeah, I would.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make a poll for Avatar. I know some people hate that movie on this panel, but I love this movie, especially someone that's very top there. I know you hate this movie so much. I fucking love this movie. I think it's great. I think the sequel's even better. Yeah, I love this film. What it does for that world is incredible. The music's incredible. Just everything that James Cameron does with this world is amazing. I remember seeing this and being in a 3D and IMAX and being blown away. Like I felt like I was right along for the ride the whole time. I think this movie is definitely an S tier movie. What it did for film is fucking phenomenal. Sorry.
And Chris, you got to go to Disney World and like do all the Avatar stuff, because if you love that,
I would love
that movie, like you would love that stuff because it really puts you in that world. It's crazy, yeah. But
that'd be incredible.
But Zach, what do you say about Avatar?
Yeah, so I've only ever seen one movie in IMAX, and it was Avatar. I think the visuals are amazing. I don't think the story holds up to the visuals, but it's I would give it a low B for me. So it's going in B tier for me.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm in the camp where like I don't hate Avatar. I don't love Avatar. I think it's good-ish. It's not one of my top James Cameron, and I do like James Cameron a lot. I actually like the sequel more. So if you brought up the sequel, I actually go a little higher. I thought the sequel was a little, it was a little bit better. I thought the action was a little bit better. I thought the story had a little more urgency to it, and I thought it was all right. I mean the visuals are great. It is big, like epic storytelling. Special effects still work. I watched it before I watched the sequel, so I watched it fairly recently. And yeah, I mean, I like the first, 45 minutes to an hour or so. I think it's kind of sloggy in the middle when he's just sort of learning the world and whatnot, just kind of running around the woods. Like it's not as interesting, but I do think Stephen Lang is fun. He's a good badass. Kind of villain. It does have Giovanni Ribisi, so it has a problem there. And I think the name Unobtainium is really fucking stupid to call something. You can come up with anything better than Unobtainium. That's dumb.
Yeah.
I give it like a B- because I actually would give the sequel probably an A. I like the sequel better. So I'll give it a B. Like I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's like right in the middle. So.
Well, so if you know me, I am not an Avatar fan whatsoever. I actually can't stand these movies, and I don't get why they made the money that they did. It just baffles me. It just absolutely. The only reason why I can think is because it's James Cameron, and like people like what he does. But I'm just. So there's only one movie that I have on here that I'd give an F tier to, and it's not Avatar, but it's pretty dang close because I don't like it. Like people went in there and they're like blown away by the visuals. I'm just sitting there being like, the visuals were fine. They weren't that amazing to me. And even I'm just kind of like, and the story sucked. They didn't care for it at all. I was just bored, and like it just didn't do anything. They're like these weirdo creatures. It looked like an uncanny valley of like a weird creature that just didn't really work for me. And it just not even like very relatable. It's also, we've already had things like that with Dances with Wolves or Fern Gully, which, even to be fair, that's not a huge argument that really holds a lot of water to me, because a lot of movies are similar and they pay homage to other movies, and I'm okay with that. But it just didn't do it for me. So I gotta say D. I'm not an Avatar guy. Sorry. But Nick, what do you say about Avatar?
So I've watched this movie a few times, or at least once or twice over the last like 15 years. I didn't watch the sequel. I remember really being blown away with how this movie is made, and it's a really enjoyable time on the first go. I haven't seen it in a very long time. Maybe I should give it a rewatch, but I'll give it a low A.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. Wolf, what do you say about Avatar?
Man, I can't wait for someone to mention Airbud next. But
Yeah.
yeah, no. Avatar.
I rank Airbud higher than Amadeus. I think it's more entertaining.
I rank Airbud higher than Avatar.
Because yeah, like, I mean, again, yeah, visually was a groundbreaking, yes, but there are so many iconic films that are on this list that I would even say, like, even though I gave Anchorman an A, I'm okay with it being up here as opposed to Avatar, because that did kind of change the game for like 2000s comedies a bit. Like, I felt like the way that it like kind of actually has the iconic status to it. A lot of the films we're mentioning don't have that kind of status, and I'm trying to like get that. And here in Avatar, it's fine, it's good, but it's just visual noise. That's what it is. And so I'm gonna say like B.
And Chris left because he's pissed about it.
I
don't know if he.
So I'm gonna make one last poll,
really
because I know all of you guys think this movie's a fucking piece of shit. Okay, because apparently it's not some art house film. Okay, but yeah, it's a great fucking movie, a great fucking story. Like, literally, James Cameron, like, he waited to be able to do what he wanted to do forever. Okay, and then he made a phenomenal film. And I know all of you guys hate this movie. Like, literally, the theaters were
not
packed.
all of us.
Well, hold on, Chris. I know you're saying that, but I'm looking at the votes. There's an S, an A, 3 Bs, and a D. You're saying everybody hates this movie. B is still a positive score. I don't see why you're saying everybody hates this movie. I'm looking at the scores, and that's not what everybody's saying.
We're just trying to be very picky.
I said it's fine. I said it's good. Like, I would give it a positive score. I'm just not as high on
and
the
I'm
other
sorry I
stuff.
got pissed off. I know I just should not care as much. This is a
No,
tear-raker fight. Okay?
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it's around, American Pie. Like, that's not horrible. We don't have anything that's like straight up like in a D or an F tier yet. Like, we really don't. Like, all these movies are getting at least some positive stuff.
I mean, Austin said it in the chat. It's a wacky episode. We're just having fun.
It's a wacky episode, yeah. I mean, it's a very specific topic. So it's like, it's not even like a genre or anything. This is like a very specific topic with movies all over the place. So
I'm looking at my next 10 picks. I want to say for like Eston. I don't know if many people are going to agree with me, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
but
we're getting close to that 2 hour mark too, so we may be getting to the Hail Mary round sooner than you think. So,
soon, yeah.
But we'll throw them out there and see what happens. But Zach,
what is that?
Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Wolf. I'm not going to bring up Airbud. I know you really wanted. I am going to bring up
best friend.
I really wanted to bring up Airbud Golden Receiver, but I guess.
I know.
Have that on this list.
I am bringing up an animated movie though, and it's the one that you all are thinking about. I'm going to bring up Aladdin.
Okay.
So, again,
they're going to say Akira. I'm just kidding.
I think it has a lot of unique and fun characters. I think it has a lot of great songs, and it's just it's a fun movie. So, Aladdin S tier. The animated
Yeah.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, the animated one. Yeah, good.
Right.
These are both on here, so yeah, you just got to do specify. You do have to specify, but Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I have one animated movie on my history list, yeah, and it's Aladdin, especially for this episode. Yeah, it's in that elite tier of like those first 4 90s, Disney Renaissance movies, your Little Mermaids, Beauty and the Beast, yeah, Aladdin and Lion King. I think they're all excellent. And yeah, this is really great. My only little nitpick, like if I had to rank those 4, is like it's the lack of a true like villain song. That's really my only nitpick. But yeah, even then, like this movie's still great. Yeah, one of the great voice performances of all time from Robin Williams. Yeah, beautiful animation. Aladdin's a great character. So yeah, it's very breezy, very entertaining. So yeah, no, 100%. Like Aladdin should be in the S tier of this episode.
But yeah, also, who would have thought though that the voice of Aladdin would be Scott Weininger, who played Steve on Full House? He's the voice of Aladdin. That is like kind of baffling to me. But hey, yeah. So technically, on my list, I don't quite have Aladdin in the S tier. But the thing is, I do think that we probably should have one animated movie on here. And if we're gonna have one, I think it should be Aladdin. So I'll even bump it up to an S for me because the movie's really good and like especially I love all the like the Cave of Wonders stuff and like the like Jafar stuff. Like even as a kid, like I played the heck out of that Aladdin video game and the game was a lot of fun actually. Because you have some like flying carpet stuff. You got to dodge the lava in the Cave of Wonders and all that, and yeah, and it just has really catchy music. Like "Friend Like Me" is like one of the best songs, and also Prince Ali. They're like both like the Robin Williams ones are just really good, and like some people go to like maybe more females. I'd say maybe go to A Whole New World. I'm not as big on that one, but I know that's really popular. And yeah, I think that the movie's good, and the movie's actually I'll even say great. So I'll say S tier. But it might end up being when all is said and done, kind of lower on my votes when we vote on it. But yeah. But Nick, what do you say?
I really like Aladdin. It's not my favorite out of the Disney Renaissance era, but as none of those movies begin with an A, you guys shot down my A suggestion. I'm happy with conceding to this. This can get in that spot for sure. I actually rewatched this trilogy fairly recently, like a couple months ago, and this first movie holds up a lot. You just got a solid, like, just incredible performance from Robin Williams. It really shows what he brings to it when you watch that second movie and he's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I just can't believe we lost Robin Williams, one of the greatest like comedic actors. Ugh, it's just crazy. But Wolf, what do you say?
Yeah, finally, thank you. No one's trying to get another S on the board. Aladdin is really just an iconic film that actually is one of the best Disney Renaissance films. One of the to me just an absolute bona fide classic. And yeah, Ron Williams is great as the genie. I'm not gonna knock Will Smith entirely. Like no one can beat Ron Williams. So I expected that when they did a remake. They shouldn't have remade the movie at all. Period. But if they're going to, like, I can't knock it too much because no one else can be Ron Williams. He's just too much of a national treasure. But yeah, I think this is just a great movie. So S, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
And Chris?
Oh yeah, and Chris. Yeah.
Easy S for me. Aladdin is such a phenomenal film. So many great songs, so many incredible performances. There's one of the Aladdin films I'd probably rank up there with S2, but we're not talking about that right now. But yeah, definitely S tier easily.
All right.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Clean sweep for Aladdin.
All right. So maybe my final regular pick, maybe before we go to the Hail Marys, we'll see. I may go for a fun one that's actually in my 128. And I it's my favorite movie of this particular filmmaker. Very entertaining, big budget blockbuster. Really great cast. I think super well paced, and just a hell of a lot of fun. And to me, one of the great disaster movies ever made. I'm gonna go Armageddon.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
okay.
throw it out there. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? Because god damn it, do I love this movie? And I think this movie's super rewatchable. Again, like I said, super fun. Even has some good kind of emotional stuff at the end with the Bruce Willis speech. To Liv Tyler. But yeah, like Michael Bay in the 90s actually cranked out some pretty good stuff. I still even like a few of his movies after that. But god damn it, is this movie like, I know it was kind of ridiculed for being, silly and over the top and stupid at the time, but I think this movie has got more kind of beloved over time. Ben Affleck even threw it out there in the Criterion closet recently because it's in the Criterion collection. So that was fun to see. And yeah, I just think this movie's super fucking entertaining, man. Like, I've watched it many times, and it's just a fun movie you can just put on in the background. So why not? Let me just throw a fun one out there for maybe my last regular pick, and I'm gonna go Armageddon for S tier. Why not?
Yeah. I really like Armageddon. I think Armageddon is a lot of fun, and it's one of the more fun theater experiences that I had, because I remember seeing this when I was back in like maybe 7th, 8th grade, and went with my buddy Mike, and we went to the theater, and we ended up meeting two best friends, two girls, and we just took a shot. We're gonna just go sit by them randomly and see what happens, and we ended up like kind of having like a fling with these girls. And then, now, like, neither one of us really dated them, but we kind of just had like a summer kind of fling, which is kind of interesting. But just to pick up random girls, that's what you did back around 8th grade, that kind of stuff. But yeah, Armageddon is great. Yeah, I think that Ben Affleck's having a lot of fun. You get the Liv Tyler's and Ben Affleck scene where he's like doing the animal crackers and stuff, and then all the stuff that's on the asteroid when they get up to space. It's just really cool looking. The visuals are great, and I love the dynamic. I think it's one of the better Bruce Willis movies. Like one where like he's really given everything to it, and yeah, I think that's good. But I just don't quite have it in the S tier though, just because there's some other things that I have a little higher. But I do have an A, so I'll say A for Armageddon. Mm-hmm. But Nick, what do you say?
Are You Like Me was your introduction to Aerosmith through this movie? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've watched this movie a lot when I was younger. I haven't seen it in a hot minute. I have listened to that song several times over in the past 20 years. I'm struggling here with whether or not we should keep it at S or move it to A. You know what? Fuck it. I'll keep it at S. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny enough, one of my mom's friends is actually friends with Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, because her husband did one of the album artwork covers for one of their like later albums or something like that.
That's so awesome.
So she's been to see him like 10 times and goes backstage and like is posting pictures hanging out with Steven Tyler. I'm like, oh, good for you. I'm like thinking of that, but yeah. but Wolf, what do you say?
Look, Armageddon is fun. I do enjoy it. It is probably the best Michael Bay film, or up there. Actually, The Rock might be the best Michael Bay film.
Yeah, both
then it's probably Armageddon right after. I think it's fun. The cast is great. Yeah, that song is great, and I don't want to miss a thing. I think it's all great.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, it's a guilty pleasure. It is a guilty pleasure, kind of like it's fun schlock. It's not like kind of like not really doing anything, not reinventing the wheel, not really making a statement, not really being a like some iconic piece of art. So for me, I am gonna go an A still, because I do love it. I think that this film is really fun. Like on a fun standpoint, it is the fun level of A. Like I don't think it's necessarily a well made. It's interesting because it's funny. I don't think it's actually that well made of a movie. I think it's actually kind of the filmmaking.
I kind of disagree. I think if you go back and watch it now for 1998, fucking special effects hold up beautifully. Like for 1998,
They do.
I would say the special effects look better than a lot of the shit that comes out today.
Yeah,
in 98. Go look at this compared to like Quantumania. This movie looks way fucking better than like some of the MCU shit they put out now. Like
that's one thing about, but I'll give that.
I think it is fair because it costs less and it looks better now than those.
We'll say what you want about Michael Bay. Like he always has amazing special effects. I mean, the Transformers movies he
knows how to blow shit up.
But they're stunning to look at, though. Yeah.
So
yeah. Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna go A for Armageddon. This begins with the letter A. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Yep. But also so does everything here. But Chris, what do you think?
I'm gonna go S for Superior. I think Armageddon's a lot of fun. Hey. Sure, it was on TV all the time, but seriously, if it was on, I watched it. Like, it was a great movie. Like, there are some powerful moments in this film. Like, the movie is beautiful. I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm definitely due for a rewatch. But yeah, whenever it was on, I was watching it. Like, I wasn't gonna turn it off. I wasn't changing the channel. That was for a reason. And the music's awesome. Like you kind of said, Jordan, above, Bruce Willis's performance in there is awesome. We get to see kind of all facets of that. He's not just Mr. Serious kind of, going, die hard, save the world. Like, he has a real heartfelt relationship with his daughter and his family. He's trying to survive and they want to come out alive from this thing. So, God, this movie has so much heart. Like, it's fun. It's kind of cheesy at times, but it's good. It's really, really good. So I'm gonna easily go S tier for Armageddon.
Yeah. Sounds good. Zach, what do you say about Armageddon?
Oh, I'm struggling. Because I don't know which tier to put it in. I really like it, and right now I have it in A, but it's very close.
Do it.
Don't do it, dude. There's other
do it.
There's better stuff.
Do it. I'm sorry. It's a very high A, Austin.
Wow.
But guess what? According to the votes right now, it's still an S tier.
Right now it is.
Because all the other stuff is too. It has 3 S's.
So
okay. It's hanging on. It'll hang for now. I mean, we'll see if it by the end of the show. But it's hanging. It's still 3 and 3, which is more than any of the stuff in the A tier. So
it is.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
See what happens. Okay, so Jordan, this might be the last one of the regular round, and then we're gonna hit our Hail Mary. So there you go. All right.
Well, I mean, you guys know me. I'm the comic book guy. I got to bring these ones up, and I want to shoot my shot for the Amazing Spider-Man, just because I'm a.
Okay.
I'm also.
I'm sorry.
I'm also. What? Come on.
I'm done.
What?
Like,
there's
a
freaking great movie, Spider-Man.
There's on here. There's like fucking great.
Wolf, we don't all have pretentious Oscar movies at the top of our list. I mean, we still like those movies.
Hey, put this into perspective. We're still just having fun on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know, like this is. It's not like this is going on to some internet record and our word is bomb.
But aren't these eventually going to be? Aren't these going to be on a championship episode eventually?
I don't know yet.
We don't know because we have to do 26 episodes of these damn things, dude.
Yeah.
Even if we did, it would be 5 years from now or something. Who
right.
knows, man? Yeah, probably not, man. Like, dude, just relax. You can throw all your pretentious ones out there for the Hail Mary round, and everybody will say they haven't seen it. And we'll move on. It's fine.
Yeah, right. But the reason why, though, because like when I do these things, I'm not like I don't rank these as far as like what I think are like the best overall films ever made. I rank them of how they're personal to me and like what movies mean the most to me and which movies I do a rewatch on and what movies I go back to all the time. And I think that Andrew Garfield is an amazing actor and he was an amazing choice. Speaking of the Amazing Spider-Man to play Spider-Man, even though he was kind of old. I don't care. I mean, I'm fine with it. And I thought that he had great chemistry with Emma Stone. I mean, that was probably the best part of it all. But the Stan Lee cameo is really fun when they're in the library and like he's being the janitor with the headphones on and they're just fighting in the background. And I think that Electro was a fun villain. I mean, like I have mixed feelings on the
Electro, dude. That's the second one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, because he was
the lizard in this.
No Way Home.
The lizard. Yeah.
Lizard's good too. I mean, I personally kind of like Electro a little more, but I mean, Dennis Leary's great though. Like I wish he would do more movies because he's always good. And like I don't mind Martin Sheen being the Uncle Ben for the movie, and yeah, they kind of take it and like more of like he's more of the awkward guy, but also more of like the like scientist, really smart, like scientist kind of guy. Because in the comic books, he's a smart guy, he's a scientist, and you get a like here it's a tidbit of like his parents, what happened to his parents and stuff, and I think that's fun. So yeah, I'm gonna say The Amazing Spider-Man. Now the sequel sucks. Sequel's not good, but this first one the is, and so yeah. And also, like if you watch interviews with Andrew Garfield, like how much that playing that role actually meant to him, like really meant a lot to him. And so I think he really gave it his all, despite whatever they put together, which I think was still really, really good. So yeah, S tier for Amazing Spider-Man. Nick, what do you say?
I loved your passion. This is a B. This is a B movie. It's a B plus film. I like a lot of what's here, but I don't think that really much of it is better than like because Andrew Garfield's a great actor, Reese Fahn's a great actor. But they can't. Their charisma and like all the talented people on screen, it doesn't hide how much of a corporate product this is to me. So I gotta say it's a B plus.
Yeah, sure. Wolf, what do you say?
From the director of Snow White recently.
Yeah, weird. Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
Oof.
Webb, though, that's a good last name for Spider-Man.
That is that is a good choice for Spider-Man. All right, so I've calmed down. I think Amadeus. I think Amadeus has broke me. So I had to like take a breath and kind of rain it down.
Yeah. I feel about Avatar.
Breathe in, breathe out.
So yeah, I'm just like I'm taking breaths. I'm texting Jonathan, trying to get some therapy, being like, while the service going on. So it's fine.
We just put in anger management here because we need some anger management.
Yeah, we need a little goose frava, so anger management, S tier. All right.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, because and the reason why I wasn't at all, obviously I didn't vote Avengers Endgame that high, but I didn't make any kind of qualms or any kind of, reaction like that when Jordan brought up Avengers Endgame, because to me that has that kind of filmmaking status. It's got that kind of it's got some stuff in there that is truly I can see why someone would think it's worthy. I was expecting an Infinity War to be brought up if you were going to do another comic book movie. Like
who's to say it won't be brought up in the last
Spider-Man
round?
Yeah, right.
But Amazing Spider-Man, like I just think, I know this is a hot take, but I think I actually like the second one more. I just am not into
this one. Second one.
Yeah, I like the second one more. I didn't say I like the second one. I said I like it more.
Yeah, right.
But I do like it more than the Amazing Spider-Man. I just don't really like this movie. I think in this one particularly, he's this cocky bad boy on a skateboard, and that's not Peter Parker. That is not how Peter Parker is supposed to be. And then also his suit is like the worst suit in this film because it looks like a basketball. His face looks like a basketball. Look at it. We're watching it
more
again.
Leathery kind of, yeah.
It's like the leather makes it look like a basketball. It's like, dude, it's kind of funny. So, and Emma Stone, yeah, she's fun as Gwen. I like her. And Lizard was a very forgettable villain for me. So, to me, this is like a C. I'm not a fan, really.
But he is more the one that relates to maybe kids because there's that scene on the bridge, which I
Now,
think
if
it's
this was
where that
Spider-Man
gives
2,
the kid his mask and
Yeah,
makes him strong. And gives it to
the bridge scene is in this movie, and it is the best scene in the movie.
yeah, so that one's good. But
Chris,
yeah, easily Avenger. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man is such a good movie. I love Spider-Man though, and I think it's perfect. I think I watched this movie a gazillion times. I think this movie definitely is easily an S tier movie. I think it definitely belongs up there. The shots are great. The casting is amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's just a beautiful movie. I had so much fun with this movie. So I mean, as a Spider-Man fan, like I love this movie. I think that it captured that universe and that world really well. I know obviously this is not part of it. I could disagree who I necessarily like is Spider-Man more, but I thought this movie did a really, really good job with that universe. And yeah, him as the villain in there is great. I thought it was awesome. Yeah.
Oh, Rhys Ifans, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So S tier.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say about the Amazing Spider-Man?
You know what? Nick and I think we share one brain because I'm going to say exactly what he said. Love your passion, man. But it's B for me. It's like it's good, but at times I feel like it's kind of forgettable, and it's just like it has some good moments in there and some good characters, but there are a lot of movies from this list that I have higher, so it's going B for me.
Well, you can kind of tell who grew up reading comic books and who didn't, because me and Chris definitely did, and so we can relate to like how it actually does fit the comics a lot. Like
I grew up reading comic books, but like this is not Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man or Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse.
He does make it more the awkward and the like tech like just really smart guy.
Yeah.
Like he's because Spider-Man is like borderline a genius.
Peter Parker's smart. He's a genius.
Well, Peter Parker, yeah.
Well, to be fair, again, there's multiple versions of every comic book character. So to say it's not this character. There's 85 versions of Batman. So like I hate that argument when people are like, well, this is the Batman from the comics. Well, which fucking Batman? There's 85 different versions of Batman. So like I hate that argument is completely nonsense, ridiculous. Yeah, there's a million versions of Spider-Man also.
So pull out 4 different Spider-Man versions from my drawer right here.
Which one is correct? I don't know. Whichever one you like and you gravitate to, I don't know. I mean, my jam is like Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 1 and 2 for the most part. I think this movie would be kind of like in the middle of Spider-Man rankings because I don't like the Tom Holland stuff very much. But like, I do like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I like his kind of cocky, like talking shit kind of attitude. I do actually like that. I think the villain's kind of bland. I'm not big on Lizard. I think he's just a serviceable villain at best. But I do think the filmmaking's decent in the movie. And yeah, him and Emma Stone's chemistry is good. I'm still in like kind of a B tier because again, those Tobey Maguire movies are kind of higher for me. So I'll go B for Amazing Spider-Man because I do like it overall, but not one of my go-tos. So that's where I would put it.
Yeah, and also thanks to the people that I do the same thing. I'd be like multitasking, like maybe Jonathan Caro and just have it on in the background. So thanks for tuning in and like doing that, and also Malcolm. Yeah. So.
No, definitely. We try to do these shows to where you can just kind of listen as well. You don't have to necessarily have it on screen. You can just kind of listen and still get everything. All right, so we've hit a little over our 2-hour mark. So here's what we're gonna do. So don't worry if movies haven't been brought up yet. You have your chance still. I promise. So this is what we do. This is called our kind of Hail Mary last chance round. So this is what we do. We go around the horn with each of you guys, and you'll get a chance to shout out up to 10 movies. But what it'll be, obviously you should maybe shoot for those S tiers, high A tier, stuff like that. Kind of your best of the best that you would shout out if we had kept going. And then I'll be looking for any movies to get crossover votes. So even if somebody says something, you want to make sure it gets crossed over, so it actually gets put on my official list to get ranked, by a tier. Because then what we'll do is we'll do some rapid fire voting. So anything that gets more than one shout out, I will put it on the list, and then we will go back and do very quick, just quick letter grade votes. Boom, 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 and we can still have stuff get up into that S tier even last minute. We've had it happen plenty of times. Jordan can attest to. We've had movies that are like seem like obvious ones that we just haven't brought up yet, and then they get thrown in on a Hail Mary and go right
just
up
waiting.
into the Oscar. Yeah, they're just kind of waiting to get just shouted out. So that's kind of what will do. So I'll go around to everybody. So look over those lists.
I've already got mine made. I was working on.
Yeah, no, I say you got mine. I've got mine.
Yeah,
we'll go around the horn. I don't know if Nick's ready with his yet. I was going to go in order, but if you want me to bounce around, I can do that. If anybody needs more time, that's totally fine. So, Nick, do you need some more time as well? If you need more time, I can come back to you.
So are we just shouting out one, or do you want me to
no, you can shout out
10?
up to 10. So that's kind of so you can shout anything that would still be on your personal like S tier or high A tier, something like that, up to 10. And then again, I'll be looking for those ones to get shouted out more than once, and I'll kind of circle them on my paper here. I'll put them on the official chart, and then we'll do some rapid fire voting. That's kind of how it works. Yeah. But if you need a minute to come up with a list, I can give you a minute. I can come back to you. So if you need one, that's fine.
Yeah, I just need to round it out. I've got 4 of them for sure.
Oh no, go keep looking at your list. No problem. Keep looking at your list. You got a few more minutes. I can go to other people and I can come back to you. Okay. So Wolf said he was ready. I can go to Wolf first. I can go up the ladder and I'll come back to you. Okay. So and you'll just kind of see how it works. So Wolfman, you can go first. Again, just give me a second. Let me give me a second to when I repeat it, then move to the next one because I do have to jot them down. So just give me a second as you're doing them. So don't rattle them off like super fast. Just give me a second. But yeah, go ahead, Wolf. You can
All right. So 10 exactly, right? Because I have.
You can go up to 10. So up to 10, because we don't go any more than that because it just gets too much of a clusterfuck. So just be nitpicky. You're 10.
So first off, about to preview Ron Jordan because I do have some comedies on this 10. So
okay,
cool,
right,
nice.
So Almost Famous, American Graffiti.
Hold on, Almost Famous. Okay, American Graffiti. Okay,
Adaptation.
Okay.
Akira.
All right.
American Psycho.
Okay.
Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Okay.
American Beauty.
A lot of American beauties on the list. Yeah, definitely a lot of Americans. All right, American Beauty.
Yeah.
And another one that I'm about to mention, which is An American Werewolf in London.
Okay.
And then The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Assassination. All right.
Just run.
And one more.
And then
make sure to write that whole entire title out.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that whole title out. No, I'm just writing Assassination.
My last one was Honora.
Honora. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool. Chris, do you have a list ready to go?
Yes, I do. I had to cross off a couple, but that's all right. So number 1, Army of Darkness.
Hang on a second. Hang on. Army of Darkness. Okay. Good.
Abigail.
All right.
Ants.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Ace Ventura, A Pet Detective.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
You mean When Nature Calls, right?
Nope.
No, just kidding.
Adventureland.
Adventureland. Okay.
Air America. No. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Air America. Sorry. I had to cross them out here. Yes.
Sure. All right.
Analyze This.
Okay.
Anger Management.
Wow.
No, actually, no.
So Chris got it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm saying.
Yeah, I scratched out Anger Management. Sorry.
Okay, so never mind.
Any comments here? No comments.
That's fine. It's great. I love Chris.
Of Huck Finn.
Okay.
And lastly, The Accountant.
And The Accountant. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Very unique.
All right. Yeah. No, he's a unique guy. Zach, what you got?
Yeah.
Avengers 2012, or I don't know how you want to write it.
Yeah, so. Avengers 2012 is fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Apollo 13.
13. Okay.
Almost Famous.
Almost Famous. And I'm gonna try to circle these as I go. The ones that I hear crossovers of, so it'll make it easier for me.
Yeah.
right.
Ali.
Ali. Okay.
Avengers: Infinity War.
Infinity. Okay.
Airheads.
Airheads.
Ooh.
Okay.
And
I like the Airheads.
and Aviator.
The Aviator. Okay. That was another last minute addition I threw out there. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Another
Cool. All right. For me, I will go Avengers: Infinity War. I will go Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. That movie rules. I will go Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. That movie's fucking hilarious. I will go Airplane. Another comedy. I will go The Avengers from 2012. American History X. Let's see what I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. American Werewolf in London. And Apollo 13. I'll go Apollo 13 because that movie is great. Alligator. It's a personal pick. Fucking love Alligator. You guys know me.
Yeah. Alligator. Yeah.
Yeah, Alligator. And I'll go Austin Powers International Man of Mystery. The first one. So, all right.
Man.
There you go. All right. So
well, I have a list, but there's just a couple I'm really sad I have to leave off because I just can't have done.
That's how I felt too.
But actually, you know what? To get more on the list, there were a couple that already got multiple votes, so I can just bypass the 2 Avengers movies I was gonna say.
Sure.
So that helps. Okay, I'll start with make sure I'm not gonna miss it. Okay, the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Okay.
Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
You have to write the full title out twice.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Twice.
Right out twice. Yeah. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'll go with Austin Powers: The Spy Who Shagged Me. I'll go with Anaconda because that's a guilty pleasure for me. I love Anaconda.
I like Anaconda, but I would put like some other stuff above it. But I like it.
I'll throw out Audition. I'm surprised no one said Audition, but
shoot. Okay, can I take out one and put in Audition? I totally forgot I was on here.
Nope.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
the voting is not
you can. I think.
Chris,
as long as we haven't voted, I think it's fine.
All right. Well, what you got to take something out off your list?
I would be willing to take out. I would be willing to take out Nora. It's very recent. Auditions. Just
okay. Take out Nora for Audition. Okay.
Yeah.
That actually helps me because
I almost mentioned Audition. My next question.
All right.
Because I had a Nora on my list, but now I can't vote for it because no one else did. All right, but I'll throw in Alien Romulus on there. I'll throw out American Made. Let's see. I'll throw in Attack the Block. I'll throw out Adventureland. And you know what? It's between 2 on my last one. I think I'll still throw it at Nora. I don't know if it probably not. Nick won't have it on there, but that's fine.
Okay. All right, Nick. Your last one. Yeah.
Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
Okay.
Avengers: Infinity War. Airplane.
Okay.
Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Okay.
Avengers 2012.
Okay.
Ali.
Okay.
Alita: Battle Angel.
Alita. All right.
The Amityville Horror.
Okay.
The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh, Spike Shagged Me. Gotcha.
And Apollo 13.
Oh, 13. Okay. All right. Sounds good. So you guys give me about 60 seconds. Let me tally up. I kind of try to do it as I go, but I need to put them on my actual chart so we can do the list. So give me about 60 seconds and I'll be right back with you guys and we'll do some official voting for the crossovers.
I'm going to go to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah. If you need to take a bathroom break, there's a good time to go. We got about 60, 90 seconds. So go ahead and do that before we get the final voting. So,
if I had one more, I would have
made the same thing. Obviously.
If I had one more pick, I would have thrown the Abyss on there. I was really close to putting that on there, but I'm like, I don't have enough room. So that or I almost threw in Angels in the Outfield because I'm a family guy, but I'm like, and no one else is gonna have that movie.
Okay.
Say that again. Not kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I almost wanted to say Airheads because as Zach said, and I actually really like Airheads, but it's not quite there for me. But maybe I'll vote for it when voting comes around.
Yep. All right. So I do some.
I probably should have nominated American Pie too. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, same here. American Pie 2 is my favorite American Pie because actually they go to the band camp with all the original cast. I mean, only for like a little bit, but still. You get to see where she wants to put that flute. And also, I watched American Beauty for the first time for this, and that movie was really good. That was the other Mira Savani, or however you say her name. But
I'll be back in 30 seconds. So pardon me, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I watched that. And it was really good. But a little foreshadowing on Kevin Spacey, but that's all right.
Yeah, I forget if anyone else mentioned American Beauty, but yeah, I love that film. I think it definitely deserves S tier.
I was really close to putting it on, but I mean, it's not to say that some of the ones that you guys voted for, I may still vote high, even if I didn't necessarily have it on my list. So maybe we'll see. So, because Chris also had The Adventures of Huck Finn. I actually like that movie a lot.
Just like how we flip flop on tournament fights sometimes. Like how it's like, how sometimes someone who voted for the film, they'll flip it to the other film. I mean, that's always that's always I've done that before on Tier Ranker where it's like I initially didn't say a film on my Hail Mary and was like not going to put it in S, and then I was like, you know what? No, it actually is S.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like Aladdin. I wasn't gonna put Aladdin in S. I'm gonna say A, but I'm like, it's probably the best animated movie that we have here, so I gotta say S.
For sure.
All right. Hopefully Zach can come back. His phone didn't die.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hopefully he should be coming back. He's trying. Zach, you with us?
You are muted.
You're muted.
Oh, is that good?
Yeah.
You back? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
All right. Cool.
1, 2,
it's time for voting. This is my favorite part.
7, 8, 9, 10. I think we have 13 crossovers. Let me just double check that real quick. 1, 2, 3.
Sweet.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Nothing will beat 13. Out how many crossovers that we had for the TV stuff. We
already had like 9 in the S tier or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We had one episode of a movie thing where we ended up like 22 in the S tier, and then we had to like knock off all these movies.
Yeah.
And it was literally stuff that had like
we did it. We're like, this one's gone. This one's gone.
No, that's what I had to do because it was stuff that even had like 4 S votes. It was literally just stuff that had either all 6 or like 5 and something, and that was the only ones that survived. So somebody's have a shot here. We've only got 6 so far, so somebody's gonna have a shot. All right, so how it's gonna work? I will go in the same order each time just to make sure it goes fast. So I'll go to Nick first every time. And you're just going to give me a letter grade. And if you haven't seen it, just say I haven't seen. So you're just going to give me a letter grade for said movie. Okay. And I'll tally it up. If it makes the list, I'll throw it up there. All right. Nick, we will start with, and these are just in a random order. I just went through the list. Audition. Nick, audition.
Haven't seen it.
Okay. Wolf.
S.
Chris.
S.
Zach.
Haven't seen.
A. Jordan.
I'll say S.
Okay, so 3 and 1. So it might scoot in there barely, but it's on the margin.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let me find that audition right there.
It's on the at the margin, but we only have 6 in there, so you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. We got some. I think we got some heavy hitters coming up. We're gonna go to Avengers from 2012. Nick.
A.
Okay. Wolf.
A for Avengers.
All right. Chris.
A.
Zach.
S.
I'll go S. Jordan.
I'll also say S.
S. Okay, so it's the same as
Well done.
Armageddon. The same as Armageddon. So we'll see if it hangs on or not, because that'll be on the border, just like Armageddon. Okay. We will stick with the Avengers theme though, and go Avengers Infinity War. Nick.
S.
S. Wolf.
Don't hate me. It's still high in this range. B.
What?
I hate you. I'm just kidding. No. No. You're good.
Chris.
S.
S. Zach.
A.
What the
dude? Infinity War's an S. What are you guys out of your fucking mind?
S? Are you guys smoking crack?
It's like the best MCU movie. What are you talking about?
It is. It's really great.
So even though I like
B is really bad, like there are some really bad effects in
well, so even though I have Endgame ranked higher, all 3 Avengers movies are my 1, 2, and 3. So I gotta say S.
Okay. All right. So all right, it'll get up there higher than Armageddon, at least for now. All right, so right in there. Okay. We'll go to Apollo 13. Nick.
A.
Okay. Wolf.
A for Apollo.
Well, it's A for everything, Wolf.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Chris.
S.
Yes. Okay. Zach.
S.
I'll go S. Jordan.
I think I'll have to say A.
Okay. Apollo 13 is the same as Armageddon, so the 2 space movies right next to each other.
Yeah, all right.
2 astronaut movies. All right. Yeah. One with actual astronauts.
One had the best soundtrack.
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Hey, if you count scores, the soundtrack.
The Apollo 13 score is really good. Yeah.
Well, so Armageddon, a better soundtrack. Apollo 13, I think, better score. I'd say.
Yeah. Well, the Armageddon score by Trent, what is it? Is actually pretty good as well.
It is pretty good.
All right, Adventureland is up next with Jesse Eisenberg. Nick.
Haven't seen it.
Okay, Wolf.
B.
B. Chris.
S.
Okay. Zach.
B.
I'll go B. Jordan.
I'll say S.
Okay. All right. So 2.
It's funny. Jordan actually voted for a S for a
Kristen Stewart movie. Yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's like one of the few that I
like. So he introduced me to it.
We'll do it for yeah.
And I had no interest. You're like, dude, you gotta watch this movie.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
It's even super artsy too. I'm like, no, not my thing.
And that's the song Amadeus in that movie.
That's true. They do.
All right, we're gonna go to the first movie on the list alphabetically. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Nick.
S.
Yes. Wolf.
My first ever horror movie. S.
One of the early horror comedies. Yeah, Chris.
S.
And Zach.
Haven't seen.
S.
Oh, that's that. No, that was the first time.
And I just have to say A, because it's a little more slapsticky than I normally like, but it's still great.
But dude, Abbott and Costello is like literally that's their like they
are
like the Three Stooges. They're the Three Stooges.
I know that's the thing. I'm just kind of hit and miss on slapsticky comedy. I don't know.
And like, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. That's not slapsticky at all.
Yeah.
Well, Jim freaking Carrey though. Jim Carrey can do no wrong. It doesn't matter what he's doing.
That is the epitome of slapstick, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jim Carrey.
Well, still said A. Like A is still good.
No, it's not. It's like saying that you kind of stomach a movie.
Okay, hang on. We got to keep moving. We're up to 2.5 hours now. We got to go.
Yeah.
We got to keep moving. Almost Famous is up next. Almost Famous. Nick.
Oh no,
I haven't seen it.
Seen it. Wolf.
Whoa. S.
Okay, Chris.
D.
Oh my god.
Zach.
S.
C. I think it's.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Meh. I'm not big on Almost Famous. Jordan.
I'm not big on it either. D.
Oh my.
I'm not a fan.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
I hate that movie.
Oh,
It's so
ouch.
It's just-
boring. It's just,
They take rock music and try and make it pretentious. Don't do that to my rock
yes.
music.
Yeah, don't do that. It's
Sorry.
just like, yeah.
How? It's a love
Fucking
letter
art
to
house
rock.
photo.
It's literally a love letter to rock. How is that pretentious?
That movie doesn't
Do a
get good
Rolling
till
Stone article.
till Jimmy
It's an
Fallon
art
shows
house
up.
film.
Yeah, right. Yeah, until Jimmy Fallon shows up.
Yeah,
Okay,
which is
so,
like-
so
which is
what?
like-
That it
I
has
don't think
great
that's ever
writing,
been
great
said on
acting.
camera.
But that
Sorry
takes
it's
2
not
hours to
fun
get
like
there.
Armageddon.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
It takes too long to get there, yeah.
Armageddon's better paced, more entertaining all the whole way. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
I would agree.
movies can be more than just entertainment. Though.
It needs to be at least somewhat entertaining for me to give it
Yeah,
a score. Somewhat.
Entertainment value is my number one criteria.
Because
So that-
Schindler's List is very entertaining. Yeah,
It is entertaining. It's well made and entertaining and informative.
it
Yes.
is.
Yes.
How's
It's not
okay.
like you could have like a really boring Holocaust movie. It's not boring.
Yeah, it's not boring. It's actually interesting.
It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh.
And the characters are interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
It's really fucking messed up. I'm laughing at that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Up next
Oh.
is An American Werewolf in London. Nick.
B.
What?
Said B.
B. Okay.
Sorry.
I couldn't hear you. I just want to make sure I heard you properly. Okay. Wolfman.
This is S for me.
Yes. Okay. Chris.
This is S.
Okay. Zach.
C.
Wow.
Ooh.
S. Jordan.
This wolf is about to go like
No, yeah.
turn into a werewolf right now.
We'll see if it's a full moon. Let me check
Yep.
my
Oh shit.
window if you're gonna transform. Yeah, but I'll say A.
A. Okay. So it is 3-1-1-1. So it's on the kind of border still. We'll see what happens here.
A lot of them are going to be like on the border.
audition. Yeah, some
Yeah.
will be on the border, but not as much as previous episodes. We had previous episodes where this thing was loaded, and then like stuff with 4 that was great got bumped off quickly. All right, we were going to Airplane, the parody movie. Nick.
S.
Yes. Wolf.
C. I'm sorry.
What
I don't think
What?
it's that funny. I just don't think.
Oh my
funny. I
gosh.
tried.
Gosh.
I'm kind of with you.
Chris.
This movie's brilliant. Absolutely yes.
Okay. Zach.
C.
Fucking hell.
C.
What
The wrong
the
part
fuck?
for this one. Jesus. S.
Well, I mean, the movie's slowly growing on me because I've seen it about 4 times now, so I'll say B. Then that's like growing from what it was for me.
Come on, drinking problem. That's a great joke. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All
And-
right, so
And then like I speak jive like thing, and then the lady starts going.
it's probably at the bottom of that. It might be one of the first ones to get bumped. We'll see. All right. So next is the assassination of Jesse James. You know the rest. Nick.
Yeah, yeah. Yada yada yada. I'm really tired.
Yeah.
Let's go with B.
Okay. Wolf.
S.
B. Oh.
Chris.
I haven't seen it.
Ooh,
Okay.
I think you would love
Zach?
it, Chris. You gotta see it.
Haven't seen it.
B. It's good, but goddamn, is that movie a slog?
Zach, good luck trying to write that on your paper of films.
Yeah.
The assassination of Jesse James kind of character.
Yeah.
For the last such a long time.
Jordan.
Well, I'm gonna see it halfway through.
For me, it's one of the slower paced movies that actually works. Like there are some of them, and so I'm gonna say S.
Okay, but it's still right in the middle. All right, so not quite S tier. It'll be somewhere right in there. All right, we're going to Ali with Will Smith. Nick.
A.
Okay. Wolf.
A.
A. Okay.
A for Ali.
Okay. Zach.
S.
I'll go A.
And I'm not that high on it. C.
Okay. All right. Where the hell is Ali? I know I pulled that poster. I can't find it.
Yeah, it's just that.
Now, if it was the hurricane, that's actually the better.
We're looking at the ALI stuff. Where the fuck is it?
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe it didn't transfer over. I don't know.
It was the wrong format. Sometimes the website will do that.
Well, I mean, I tried to do all IMDb because those are all JPEGs when I do episodes like this.
So it should.
See it. If I see it while I'm scrolling, I'll pull it up. But even then, it would be in like low A. So, it probably wouldn't even make honorable mentions. So, anyways, we'll go Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Nick.
S.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wolf.
I don't see Ali.
By the way, I want to point out Jonathan Caro's comment real quick that literally says, "Listen, you would not have Ace Ventura without Abbott and Costello," and he is right. Without Abbott and Costello, Ace Ventura would probably not even exist. So.
Yeah,
but something I don't care about what came before. I just like what is now.
And Jim Carrey wouldn't be doing what he did without that.
All right, but anyways, Wolf, the first Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I'll go A, I guess.
Okay, all right, Chris.
S.
Okay, Zach.
B.
I'll go S.
And even though I like Pet Detective, I like When Nature Calls more, I still think this one's still great. So it's S still. They're both S for me.
Okay. All right, so that's 4, so we might hang on. All right.
Do not go in there. When you come out of the bathroom.
And the final crossover is Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. So the sequel.
Jeez.
Nick.
A lot of comics. Not about as bad.
I just when we had International Man of Mystery as a crossover too.
Maybe. It wasn't a crossover. I was the only one that said that one. Everybody else said Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah. Okay. I think Spy Who Shagged Me is a better one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, same.
So what do you say, Nick? S. Okay. Wolf.
S. Oh, sorry.
Oh wait. Oh, I skipped my vote.
Wolf.
Oh, yeah. I'll say B for this one. I think this one is the one that there's the other Austin Powers films I like.
Yeah. Chris.
S.
Zach.
A.
I'll go A because I'm slightly higher, just slightly higher on the first one. But Jordan.
I'm cool. I'm hip. I'll say S.
Okay. S. All right, so that's in the first movie, by the way. All right, yep. So your first one's S tier. Sounds good. All right, so I'll put the first one in S tier, and there we go. All right. All right, there we go. I believe it's something like that. Okay, so here's where we actually here comes the fun part. So this is where we knock stuff out of the S tier and get to 10. Again, this is all based on the votes that I've recorded, so this is all straight up. There's no shenanigans. I'll start with stuff that is safe. Obviously, these first 3 right here are completely safe. They all had clean sweeps. Your Alien, your Aliens, your Aladdin. All had perfect scores, so those will stay. Anything with 5 or even 4 will probably stay. So your Apocalypse Now, at least for this episode, had 4 and nothing else, but that's still a clean sweep for the 4. Abbott and Costello comes in with a 4 and a 1, so that'll be safe. Your Anchorman has a, a 4, 1, and even a C, but it's right behind Abbott and Costello. Again, still has the 4. Avengers Infinity War also has 4 votes with a 411, so that's even slightly higher than Anchorman, so that'll be right there.
Yeah.
Your Ace Ventura comes in with a 411, the same as Infinity War, actually, so that even goes above Anchorman, because Anchorman had a solo C vote. So again, I'm just going by the votes. That's how the votes are playing out right now. So that's 6, 7, 8. And then here's where we get into the threes, because Armageddon had a 3 and 3. So it kind of starts here, but I'll start at the bottom and knock off the ones that have the lowest of the 3 and change, if you will. So Airplane, unfortunately, had a couple of C's, so it's going to go down there, but they still go to the top of A for right now because they still had 3 C's, or excuse me, 3 S's. 3 S's, excuse me. Well, we'll see. Well, we may have to vote on a couple of these, so we'll get there. But American Werewolf had 3 and some change as well, but slightly higher average than Airplane. Austin Powers has a 3, 2, and 1, but slightly higher than American Werewolf, so that'll be higher than that. Audition has a 3 and 1, but nothing lower than that, so Audition slightly higher.
Oh, dang!
And then you get into Avengers. Avengers 2012 has a 3 and 3, same as Armageddon, and Apollo 13 also has a 3 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we may have to vote on this one. So 9, 10, 11. Okay, so how we're going to vote on this one is there's 9, 10, 11. So one of these is going to get voted out. But how we're going to vote on this is we are going to vote on the one you would knock out of those final 3, if that makes sense. So the one you would not vote for S tier out of Armageddon, Apollo 13, and Avengers, which one would you knock out of that, if that makes sense? Okay?
Yep.
So which one should not be an S tier? That makes sense. All right. So I'm going to record the votes and we'll see how the votes play out. If something is a tie, I'll knock it down again and then we'll vote again. But Nick, what would you knock out of Armageddon, Apollo 13, and Avengers out of the S tier?
The Avengers.
Avengers. Wolf?
Yeah, I'm going off the logic that there's already an Avengers film in there. So I'm going to say the Avengers.
Okay. Chris?
I'm going to go Apollo 13.
Apollo 13. Zach?
Armageddon.
I would go Apollo 13. Jordan?
And I would also go Apollo 13.
Okay, Apollo 13.
Okay,
but Apollo 13,
right.
Even though it was still hanging on, so it will be our first official honorable mention, though. So it will still be the top of the honorable mention. So Audition might get in there as an honorable mention, yes, because it had Audition.
I wish it was in the S tier, but it's fine. Yeah,
it had a 3 and a 1. Austin Powers had a 3, 2, and a B right behind it. American Werewolf had 1 C, so that gets knocked out. So those are your 3 honorable mentions right there. Apollo 13, Audition, and Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. So those are your official.
There you go.
Those are your official honorable mentions right there. So those all stay. Now, Avengers and Armageddon had the same votes, so we can vote on the 9 and 10 spot, which you have higher. So we can do a quick vote on that real quick, and we'll just kind of work our way back up the ladder. That makes sense. So which one do you have higher, Armageddon or Avengers, Nick? Which would be higher?
Armageddon.
Nick? Armageddon, okay.
He's in deep thought for a second.
Yes, I just want to make sure.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Armageddon, okay. Chris?
Avengers.
Avengers. Zach?
Avengers.
I would go Armageddon. Probably watch it more. Jordan?
And I don't want to miss a thing, so I'll vote Avengers.
Okay, that's a tie. So that doesn't help us. All right. So anybody in the we do have some people in the chat right now. You can break the tie. Which is higher? Cairo's first in there with Armageddon, so we'll go with Armageddon. So, but Avengers still stays there.
You little.
So there you go. All right. But there we go.
Note to self: don't have Jonathan back on the next one.
Definitely have Jonathan on the next one. Definitely have Jonathan.
Okay. So again, we're going by the votes. Let's work our way up.
It's just a 9 and 10 spot.
Going by the votes, Anchorman again has that 1 C, so it'll stay where it's at the number 8 spot. And Ace Ventura has the 4 1-1, and then Avengers Infinity War had also a 4-1-1. So we can, I think, vote on that one really quick because Abbott and Costello has just the 4 and an A. So that is higher, but we can vote between Avengers Infinity War and Ace Ventura, which is higher for you out of those two. So, Nick, Infinity War or Ace Ventura?
Infinity War.
Infinity War. Wolf?
Infinity War and Ace Ventura, you said?
Yes, those two. Which is higher?
I have to actually think about this for a little bit. I might have to use my 14 seconds. Infinity War.
Infinity War. Chris?
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Okay. Zach?
Infinity War.
I would also go Infinity War. Jordan?
And I'll also go Infinity War.
Okay, so those will stay where they are. At Excel right there. Apocalypse Now will stay where it's at right there at the number 4 spot. And then here's where it gets fun because we get Aliens, Alien, and Aladdin all with those 6. And like I said,
nice.
We will break this down. So how we'll break it down first, and then we may even break it down further after that. Let's go with your highest 2 out of those. If you had to vote for 2, the 2 highest out of Aliens, Alien, and Aladdin, if that makes sense. So, Alien and Aladdin, what would be your highest 2? All right, does that make sense? So we'll get multiple votes here. All right, so Nick, out of those top 3, what would be your top 2?
Alien and Aliens.
Alien and Aliens. Wolf?
It would be also Alien and Aliens in that order. It'd be Alien first and then Alien.
Well, we'll get to that order if we have to. If that's what it comes down to, we'll do another vote with just between the 2. I'm just getting a gauge of the land here. Chris?
Yeah.
Aliens and Aladdin.
Aliens and Aladdin. Okay. Zach?
Alien and Aladdin.
Alien and Aladdin. Okay. And I'll go Aliens and Alien. Jordan?
I'll go Aliens and Alien.
Okay, so Aladdin stays where it is, and just what I thought it would be. So, and even on the multiple votes, those were tied. So we're gonna do one final vote here. Now, be on the standby, chat, because you guys, we may even take a poll in the chat. It may not even be just the first person. It may be a tally of the votes in the chat as well. So we'll see.
You might be able to do a poll, yeah.
Yeah, Aliens versus Alien, which is higher for you? I thought it might come down to this. Nick, one or the other. What you got? Alien. Okay.
It's Alien.
Alien. Chris?
Aliens.
Aliens. Zach?
Alien.
I'll go Aliens. And Jordan?
I'll say Alien the first.
Alien. Okay, so there we go. We don't need to go to a tiebreaker. So Alien.
Right.
2 set of Aliens, which I'm fine with.
All right.
Thing. All right, so there we go. We have our final of the movies with A. There we go. Nice. So should I break it down one last time, Jordan, and then we'll wrap it up? What do you say? Let's do it.
Yeah, you can break it down. Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
Go for it.
Your honorable mentions for this evening of our movie, starting with A. We got Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me. We got Takashi Miike's Audition from Japan and Ron Howard's Apollo 13. And then going into our top 10 this evening, we have Joss Whedon's Avengers. We have Michael Bay's Armageddon. We have Adam McKay's Anchorman. I like to test myself with the directors just off the cuff.
Yeah, right.
We've got.
I can't do it. There's an episode where I failed horribly and I couldn't remember.
We have, I believe, Tom Shadyack's Ace Ventura Pet Detective, if I recall correctly. Tom Shadyack. I think I have that correct. We have the Russo brothers Avengers Infinity War. I have no idea who directed Apollo. I'm next still be Frankenstein, so I'm not even going to try. Some old guy. We have Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now. I'm sure Brian knows who directed Aladdin. I couldn't tell you that either. But some animation director. We have James Cameron's Aliens and Ridley Scott's Alien. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. I like to try to always test my trivia knowledge, but yeah, some of those I don't remember who directed Emmett Still Me Frankenstein. Sorry for anybody out there. I don't remember. I'll look it up. I don't and same with Aladdin. I'd have to look it up. I'm not sure.
But we'll let people know what we decide. But I'm debating maybe taking every 10 of these and then doing like a mid kind of like ranking it with 100. So you do like the top 10 only. So wouldn't include the honorable mentions, but the top 10 and maybe doing something with
letters,
that.
maybe.
But,
yeah, you could.
Yeah. So, and then once you get to that, you can do that maybe like 2, maybe 3 times, and then somehow come up with a championship. But it might be even tough at that. So we'll have to think about it and kind of see.
Ron Clements and John Musker directed Aladdin. So there you go.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I could not have told you that for $1 million.
No.
But Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, directed by another duo, Charles Barton and Walter Lantz. So there you go.
Okay. So both the duo, yeah.
Yeah, but the other ones I rattled off, and Jay Roach directed Austin Powers Spy Shagman. I knew that as well.
Yeah,
so
right.
there you go. All right,
Nice.
there we go. Nicely done. So let me kick this off the screen so we can get to the plugs. There you go. All right.
Yeah. But that was fun. Yeah, kind of kicking off a new series, and I want to try to have one almost every month, but it depends because they're gonna flip flop between this and the latter series, and also the mystery series, which we have dramas coming up next. But so we'll see. But I think that having at least one tier ranker every month is probably good. So we'll try to do that. So yeah. But thanks, guys. This was fun, and we'll see what letter B brings us next month. So start thinking about that. I know that like Zach's been kind of behind the scenes helping me come up with some of these, and if anyone else wants to throw in any, you can do that too. So yeah, that helps. But yeah, that will do it for us tonight, though. So yeah, we'll do some plugs, and that'll be it. So we'll go to Nick first. Where can we find you, sir?
You can find me in any kind of movie space where discussion or trivia is had. I always love coming on this show, stuff like this. It's just a lot of fun, especially because it kind of like forces me to watch certain things that I would not have otherwise. So thank you for inviting.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, see if we can get maybe even some of the similar people on some of these series, like the Alphabet series. But we'll see, because I know there's some other people that we're trying to get on. So but I'll kind of try to stick to the same panel, and then first up we'll have some people that talk to me about wanting to do it. So for backups, but Wolf, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on my YouTube channel, Mega Movies, and this Sunday I'm doing another Award Roundtable episode, where we will basically be ending the month discussing, everything that's happened at Cannes, what kind of film we think from the Cannes Film Festival could be like Oscar contenders, then see if we need to update our Best Picture rankings, stuff like that. So should be fun episodes, so look out for that. And then also on Award Roundtable in June, we are going to be doing episodes, 3 episodes each week in June. So we're going to cover each of the Emmy categories. So we're going to do like a drama series episode, we're going to do like a comedy series episode, and a limited series episode, trying to guess all the nominees for each of those categories. So that should be pretty fun. And then, and in terms of more stuff in June, and Austin and I agreed that we are doing for Friday 13th this year, as our drinking game, we are doing Friday 13th Part 5. So that should be fun.
One without Jason. Ooh, spoiler alert for if you haven't seen it. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that should be
Jason,
a fun time.
I say, yeah, we got all the Batmans and the Back to the Futures in B. Yeah, that could be a strong, fun thing.
Yeah, right.
B. Yeah, coming up, we got some heavy hitters. Yeah, we got Beetlejuice. We got some.
Although
how about Barry Lyndon? You can show for Barry Lyndon in that one, Wolf, if you like.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. Yeah.
Babe, I will say not all the Batman films, because with the Dark Knight trilogy, how they did
Batman '89, Batman Begins, the Batman,
Babe, and Baby's Day Out.
Yes,
and B for Billy Madison, Jordan. So Billy Madison.
Yes.
Of course. If we get this same panel, that's definitely going to ask, and then I'm going to be pulling my hair. So
well, we can do Braveheart a little more justice than it got on
Braveheart, yeah, a little more
the
justice than the
tournament.
tournament fight.
Yes.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right.
But yeah, there'll be some heavy hitters in there. So yeah, when we get to bees, it should be a good
That should
time
be
as
fun.
well.
I know.
Yeah, of course, Brian advocating for that. Yeah, he's
Black
really
Swan.
nice.
That's like one of my favorite movies ever.
Mhm.
And
Oh
that's,
yeah, Black Swan. Yeah, there you go.
Bad
Blade
Boys.
Runner.
Yeah. So really awesome.
You can have Babe, you can have Baby's Day Out, and you can have Babes in Toyland.
Oh
There's
God!
three
And then
Yes.
movies right there.
Brian had to remind me of Beavis and
Grease.
Butthead to America.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have one of Zach's favorite movies, Baywatch, on there also. So,
And we need Breach in there. We need Breach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. But yeah, but anything else, Wolf?
As far as other stuff coming up, just a lot of getting ready for halfway through the year stuff. That all that's coming up soon. With June already being here, which is insane. Cannot believe it's already here.
Yeah.
with that being here, that's going to be coming up soon.
Year's almost half over. It's crazy.
And that's tell me about it. But and yes, just some other videos I got planned. But yeah, should be a fun time.
Yeah, sounds good. And Chris, where can we find you?
Over at Casablanca Kid, I'm gonna plug my YouTube channel. I'm kind of slowly growing that. I think I just hit 80 followers on that, 80 subscribers.
Nice.
And also at Casablanca Kid over on TikTok. Of course, I'm over in the Movie Hero Network group as well. Hoping to hopefully be on some more of these groups. Although, yeah, I've got like 7 weeks until I head to incarceration in Ohio at the Ohio Reformatory where they filmed Shawshank Redemption. Cannot freaking wait. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I'm probably going to roast alive out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. We both got a music festival. You're going to that. I'm going to When We Were Young Fest in Las Vegas. Where
and ironically, it came up on this list. It's where they filmed the scenes for the prisons, for the prison in Air Force One too. That's the prison.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So those filming locations are out there.
Yeah.
At the prison.
Where?
Yeah.
Wait. So where's that again, Chris?
The Ohio Reformatory. It's an over 100-year-old prison. It's really, really creepy.
Nice.
Over 200 people died there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And Zach, what you got going on?
Not much. Letterboxd and YouTube at Movie Fan Z. Just uploading movie reviews every day or two. You can also find me on Multiplex and TVNT, and on this channel a lot of times in the upcoming future. So thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know what though? Some of the people like Zach that have a little more hot takes. Sometimes those reviews are more fun to read because you just want to see what kind of crazy thing they're going to say about the movie. So, so they're fun to read. They're fun. So
no, that's what I mean. I've embraced it over the years. Guys like Zach or Chris, I love Chris Scott because he just does his thing and he's wacky and you need people like that in the world. So
and I do want to
gotta have some hot takes.
Yeah, and also I want to preface one thing. Is that like for any of the haven't seens that were mentioned in this, it's not. I was not ever mad about the haven't seen because I actually kind of envy all of y'all because now y'all get to have the first time experiences for those movies. So like that's gonna, and I can never have those first time experiences ever again. So
yeah, that is true. Yeah. So
yeah.
So, but Boston, what do you got going on?
Yeah, just in the immediate future, Sunday night, I believe I'll be on with Jonathan Caro and Maria on Rank 'em with Malcolm. Yeah, we're finally talking classic sci-fi movies, so I'm excited about that. It's one that's been bounced around on different polls over the years, and finally won it out on this one. So any pre-1970 sci-fi movies, I believe. So some dad movies on there as well. So we're in kind of dad movie season right now. We had someone here, and our dad movie episode of Tournament Fights coming up, so that should be fun. I'll be on Spear from the Past with Malcolm talking Invasion from 2001, and then I got a couple of tapings for Why We Love Horror coming up as well, and Wheel of Movies on Thursday. We spun School of Rock, so me and Richie will talk a little School of Rock with Jack Black
on
Thursday night. Yeah, so it should be fun. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah. Well, awesome. That sounds good. I'll just preface my plugs by saying I watched 6 movies for this, and only one of them got talked about, and it was the one that I didn't really like, which is Arsenic and Old Lace. But then I watched American Graffiti. I didn't talk about that. I watched Ambulance. We didn't talk about that. I watched American Beauty. We almost talked about it, but didn't. I watched The Apprentice, the Trump story. Didn't talk about that. And I watched All of Us Are Strangers, which is really highly reviewed, but I didn't like it that much. It was just very slow. So I don't know. But anyways, but yeah. So I watched all of those. But yeah, and then just what we have going for the channel. You can find us on all the social medias at Movie Hero 2121 and Jordan 83616 as always, and then you can find us over in the Movie Hero Network group. That's probably where we're the most active, and we post all about what's going on with the channel. And if you have anything that you'd like to post, you can go over there and you can post your heart's content. And if you have any pop or anything pop culture related, or you want to promote your YouTube channel or any projects, you can post over there and we'll share it out and we'll get people to subscribe, all that stuff. So it's a good way to kind of network over there. And so I'm going to try to either Monday or Tuesday, depending on when I can get it out. But I'm going to try to get the next Patreon schedule. So we do have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/movie hero that I'll go about 6 months. So if you really want to see a good chunk of what's coming up and have first dibs on signing up, you can see the extended schedule. And eventually I want to try it. We just have so much going on for the channel, but I want to give a little more content to the Patreon, because I've been working on maybe trying to find someone that can either do editing for the channel, because we don't really have anyone to do that, and that takes a lot of time, or to do more Patreon content to kind of help with that. But we will have some music related content, which I believe it will be a Rolling Stone versus the Beatles tournament that we do have planned, and that'll be exclusively on the Patreon, because we're gonna play all the music. So you can listen to all the songs from the band and vote on your favorites. So yeah, that was just
bands, but their styles are like vastly different. But
yeah, right. Yeah, they're both great, but that was the one that was the most popular one. So I'll put all the music ones when I post the schedule, and whichever
awesome.
ones are popular, that'll be the ones we do first. Yeah, and then let's see, so I do have a second channel where I do a podcast, which I meant to get the next podcast episode edited and uploaded today. I just ended up getting very busy because I had family that came into town. But I have another podcast that's called I've Got Questions About That. So which will live on its own separate channel now. So me and my sister, we talked all about conspiracy theories, and we got into like things about the Clintons and things about Epstein and things about P. Diddy and the R. Kelly and all that. That's because it is not a movie related a podcast, although we're not averse to maybe just kind of touching on movies from time to time. But and then we also talked about the moon landing, if we thought it was real or fake. And there's some kind of pretty interesting. I have a clip of Stanley Kubrick himself before he died, he did an interview where he actually admitted to actually filming the moon landing. That's been a big burden for him, that it's been to not really reveal that until that time, and that he can't put his name on it. And it's it's a pretty crazy clip that I found. But and then there's one about my experiences with the Mormon Church that's already up with me and my brother Trent, who's very into the Mormon Church, and I'm so. And then the next one that'll be coming up, I've been in talks with my mom's cousin who grew up in the Jehovah's Witness church. So we're going to talk all about her experiences with Jehovah's Witnesses and what that church is all about, and some things like why they don't celebrate holidays and why they believe only 144,000 people get into heaven, and why their churches don't have windows, just some things that I've had questions about. So we're going to get into all that. But we'll also do even more lighthearted stuff. I'll eventually have Austin on and to talk some about what it was like to be be a referee in pro wrestling and just his experiences with all that. I might have JPO on talking about being an announcer, all that stuff, and then I have an episode with my brother. He was a vegetarian for over 10 years. He's going to talk about that lifestyle and what he thought about it and why he was once one and not anymore. So yeah, but that's that podcast. And then just what we have coming up for tournament fights and tier ranker. I'm just bringing up the schedule here. So next week we will be starting our drama mystery series. So I went to my flip chart and I just randomized all the drama movies and I just got enough to fill up 4 tournaments of 64, and we're going to take the Sweet 16 from each of those tournaments and have a grand championship episode at the end of the month. So I mean, anything's possible. There could be some all timers there. There could be some bad ones. There could be anywhere in between. So that'll be a lot of fun to do that. And then we'll get into that best dad movies episode. So just like we did for Mother's Day, we talked about movies most dads love to watch. So that'll be a fun one for Father's Day. And then we have a friend of the show, Matt Majot, doing his top 128. We had to push his from May to June, so we'll be doing his soon. And then that championship will be at the end of the month for the drama series. And then I'll give you just a couple more. We've got the movies that start with the letter B. The next one of this series will be on Tuesday, July 1st. So we're going to kick the month off with movies that start with letter B. And then we'll get back into the 1993 ladder series the next week, because that'll be more of a lighter week with the 4th of July. We won't have a show then. We'll give everyone 4th of July off, and then we'll be back at it with the ladder series. And then just 2 last ones. So I will be doing my top 64 movies of the decade. So we're essentially almost at the halfway point of the decade. And so I already have the list made, my top 64, and I'm just going to break down what my top favorite movies of the decade are. And then in 5 years from now, I'll make it a 128, and I'll have to go through the whole decade, and that'll be a tough list to come up with, but I'll do that. And then also Brian Nussbaum will be doing, I even want to do this for a while, his top 64 TV shows. So yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like my after the 128, I want to do TV shows as well. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. So if there's anyone out there that hasn't done one for TV shows, you could do that. Or there's a lot of possibilities. Like if you've already done like an after the 120, you could do like a genre, your top 64 comedies or horror movies or like action, whatever you want to do. There's a lot of possibilities to just kind of keep it going. So just let me know if you're interested in that. Or if you haven't done a top 64 or a 128, let me know also. That maybe Nick, if you ever want to put together a top 64, we'll do a whole episode for you. If you ever want to, you can let me know. So yeah, that could be something fun to do sometime. So yeah, but we're always open to that kind of stuff. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, that's probably the number one thing out of all this stuff that I went through. The number one thing you can do to help us out is to hit the subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, then share it out and make sure somebody else hits the subscribe button, because that is a huge help and we really appreciate it. So yeah, but that'll do it for us tonight. So yeah, we'll call it good there, and we'll just say for Nic Hernandez, for Michael Wolfman Wyndham, for Chris Scott, the Casablanca Kid, for Zach Shelton, for Austin Pez Howell, I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll see you next time.
Some of you may have figured out we're not home yet. We're only halfway there. Mother's interrupted the course of our journey.
Why?
She's programmed to do that should certain conditions arise. They have.
Like what?
Seems she has intercepted a transmission of unknown origin. She got us up to check it out.
What kind of a transmission?
Acoustical beacon that repeats at intervals of 12 seconds.
SOS?
I don't know.
Human.
Unknown.
Can't see a goddamn thing.
Ash, can you see this? I've never seen anything like it.
looks like a warning.
I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies.